when Sentinels won Madrid, they had no time to prepare.
That 8K like के नजदीक है. That's so.
But now they have that opportunity to come into playoffs with something new in these finals.
We had not seen Heretics play on this map just yet in the competition, but we have seen it back in EMEA, and let me tell you, it looked nothing like this. Apparently Wood, after trying the Omen, he decides this is what he wants to go for.
He said it himself, he loves this role right now.
Yeah, I think this comp looks dodgy on Haven though. Very dodgy. I'm looking towards Riens to trade out Miniboo. I think that's
Sova, or one of the best Sovas in the competition, and he goes for Gecko.
Yeah, I think that he's fantastic at trading out Miniboo.
Yes.
He's having a wonderful tournament right now, Riens. But how are the others going to get involved in this?
Yeah, I can't wait to see, because this is the EMEA's last hope, and who better to take them through this than Pansy and Steel.
Thank you.
ठीक है भाई, तो
The
क्या लगता है भाई?
They're breaking everything down, teeing us up for an exceptional series. And I told you before, and I'll tell you again, it is time to lock in a familiar yet blank page here, Josh. Nothing is given anymore. It's all earned. But now that veto, we have to pay a dividend. Where is your mind going?
Eye test alone, Sentinels won the veto. What did Heretics cook up in the days off? But we're seeing that right now. What's going on with this? We're seeing the Sage pick on attack of Haven. They switch up there, not on their comfy agents of Benji, Cypher, Rian, Sova. That's a switch up. So is it going to work out? The last change they did was Lotus. They changed their comps coming into this. They changed who's on which role. It wasn't working out for them. They ditched the Lotus. They pick up the Haven. They know it's going to be played.
इसके बाद अनलिस्ट कर दूंगा भाई.
Switch up. They need to get the first 6 rounds here. It needs to be defined.
Yeah, this Legacy is now tantalizingly close for both of these sides, and it's survival here. Sentinels on the defending side, Heretics on the attack. The comp switch up is something to note, and it's pacey. Straight towards B, we've got a plant from the offset, and I think that's going to be in play, denied. The breach util going to keep that in place and put Boo's body on the line.
Can't get out.
Oh, and they're still fighting for that space, Josh. They've already taken over the site here. Little
GG
bit of
away,
flash to come. They've got to
Sen
swing here. They've got to clear that back line. Zekken going to be flashed up. It's Miniboo to take him down. Time being
2-0
bought on the spike. You can see the
2-0.
util coming in. That's another problem. Another couple of precious seconds. John QT, if he wants to break that back line, he's got to get a move on. You're right, the turret should note him, but it's chaotic. For the time, there's going to be so little left now.
अरे stick तो करो.
Sooner rather than later. Zellsis, Darcy, quick back to back. The time is ticking. Tens takes away Benji, and it's close.
ना काय
But
का
they've
close.
got it. First round to Sentinels.
GG
What
है.
a big start for Sentinels as well. They're so good when it comes to these retakes. They start with their gamble stacks. They don't budge until they are needed to.
पता नहीं
But
क्या
that
ranked
first
comp है ये.
breach, aftershock to stop that wingman from getting that spike planted. Those were the crucial few seconds that set the tone. And Team
Legit.
Heretics, they're picking the stage for a reason. They want to get in. They want to use these walls and these slows to disrupt Zekken's retakes as that Neon. He can't sprint in for free. But Sentinels, they're so good to the last millisecond.
Hello, bhai. Babble, bhai.
Now we do have the two classics. Benji with one, Miniboo the other. For Sentinels, you want to see this clean. Don't really want to be suffering losses here. Miniboo looking again, pressuring towards his B side.
That's a big pick.
Huge shot from Miniboo, and that's so early in the round.
They can wait. They can get that heal off. Boo can heal mid his little brother up, literally. Try to figure out where that next action is. See if Sentinels decides to slip up here.
But what do they have to clear tens? That's what I'm looking for. You still got Dizzy, you got some wingman action, but you got to clear this, man. You got to respect it, and they're eyeing this up. I'm terrified. If they walk around this corner to tens, they could be left in tatters.
Honestly, a pause and a re-hit to B would probably be the best course of action here. Will they do it, though, is a different question. They have that wall still. And they have those sheriffs to walk in, that contact in. They don't even have to use their abilities.
And I'm looking at John QT, whose eyes are already towards this. He's the one shouldering off of that C connector, waiting for contact. Smoke did just get put towards Garage, and I think Tens is going exploring, but there will be the turret there in play. once again going for the plant from the wingman, this time nothing to deny it. They have the plant, they have the time, they have the bodies, but do they have the wherewithal to deal with Sen? They have the weaponry here, Josh.
देखो भाई।
By all means, they still overpower Heretics.
सेंट 2-0 लग रहा है मेरे को तो सेंटिनल्स इसे निकाल लेगी
They wait patiently before they start actually moving
पता है
in.
बे उनको
Trying
वैंचर
to make sure
ऊपर
that they're grouped up, wait out the smokes, and then they move together. Here comes the strike, out the A-Link right now. Will they see him top site though?
Boo, he was pinged out. John QT seems so aware. Finally removes Boo, and now gets towards trying to deal with that spike. Beautiful from Tens. And wrapped in a bow by
जो मेरी
Sarsi,
कोश नहीं चलती भाई
unaffected by the pressure.
क्या चलेगी मैं प्रो थोड़ी
Sentinels
हूँ
take a second step.
When we look at a team like Heretics, Sunset, one of their better maps, is basically
आप
sit
टेंस
B
के
main,
फैन हो क्या
get
ना
the
भाई
spam battle off on that spike
मतलब
defuse.
ठीक है
Taking
पहले बढ़िया
B
खेलता
site
था
is
2020
set
वाला
up
टेंस
almost the exact same way, where you can take these mid fights, window fights, you can get these late flanks from Garage. Sentinels is doing a
अब
pretty
तो
good
ठीक है।
job, granted.
फैन
Barcelona's
वैन नहीं
pistol,
हूँ
this was an
I thought
anti-eco that they
he was one,
convert,
but he got
but
healed, so I just
Sentinels,
body shot and knifed out.
they'll hold their gamble stacks and play their retakes. So Heretics, they need to make sure that they're not afraid and they don't give Sentinels too much respect. Get in their faces and disrupt them a bit. First gun round coming out here though, it's gonna set the tone.
And they feel so precious when you have these rifles. You feel so worried that you might lose out.
Oh.
Fantastic scam, but a limited connection from Zekken. Gonna have to fall away
Heal
towards
आ जाएगी
long, but they
भाई।
try and take the space here early on. Heal's already
और
used
कौन
up.
अच्छा
Mini
खेलता
Boot on
है
the
भाई ये
receiving end
सारे
of
ही
that
अच्छे
early
खेलते हैं सभी प्रो हैं भाई
And a pause from Heretics.
देखो जो
The
हारा वो
difference
घर
between the two teams here is that
जो जीता वो
what
लोअर
Heretics
फाइनल
has to
में
do is move together as a pack of 4 or 5 players and go and do a just massive
फिर से
dump,
भी
util
3 राउंड
everywhere,
तीसरा भी
take
कर
the
रहे हैं
site plant. They're going to get the site for free. Again, it's about this retake though. How are they going to jam Sentinels, prevent them from getting here? The flank already coming in from A. This is going to be a lot of pressure onto Benji. He needs to go big here as the rest of the team still in the site.
दो जने आ रहे हैं
killing
भाई
ever so
ऐसे
slightly.
And
Benji.
this guy
तीन
used to
जने,
be clutch.
fishy,
Has he still got
fishy,
that capability?
there.
Cleaned out in a
खत्म
heartbeat.
सैंडविच हो गए
Sarsi breaks the back line and suddenly the floodgates are open. That's problems for Mini Boo.
Webcam लगा
That's
दो
problems for Rienz. The gap is closing, the net is closing, and Mini
ना
Boo
ना
looks a
ना
little
नहीं
shaky
होगा
in
बे
here, and he gets
सैंडविच
put
हो गए
down.
खत्म
Zekken slides through him. And now they're being overwhelmed. There's nowhere to fall back to.
देख
There's
लिया
nowhere
रियंस
feeling
भाई
safe.
देख
We're gonna
लिया
need a
तेरे
big
को
round from Rienz, and he doesn't have even a chance. Zekken is doing damage this time.
भाई flawless
Sentinels proving it.
flawless
They
gun
don't even
round
need the
bonus
better
जीत के
weapons, they
भाई
just needed the bodies, and they have 5 alive. It's down to the wire, and he's got it.
.64 Sentinels has been flawless
Webcam
this
लगा
half
दो अरे
so
अब
far.
कहाँ
Team
ढूंढो यार
Heretics
webcam
crumbling a
लगा
little bit. Maybe an early timeout coming in. These coaches have so much impact for this team. But what Heretics needs to do is they cannot lose that first fight. Benji going down there was the difference maker.
देख
Opens up
सब
the
स्ट्रेच
floodgates,
पे
as you
खेलते हैं
said.
देख रहे
And now
रेजोल्यूशन
everyone's coming in from the back lines. Team Heretics, they don't know which way to look, front or back. They need to set the tone and push forward. Mini Boo needs to be the spear, the tip of the spear.
We talk about momentum when it comes to Sentinels, and you know, once they get that in their favor, it's almost unstoppable. It's very hard to quell
नहीं
that,
है
to
बे,
break that.
Heretics
Very
यार,
few teams have that
नहीं है
accolade
Heretics
against them. If you're watching Heretics so far, they've looked a
अरे मैं
little bit
कब
shaky
से वो
start, but
डिफॉल्ट
that's a
रेस पे
fair
खेल रहा था
assessment.
मैं तो
Couple of
चेंज
shots
करके
going
देखा
here and
था
there, these high
क्या
tempo
चलता
hits.
है बढ़िया लग रहा है
Inside
मेरे को तो
the
मैं तो
ashes,
मार
that
रहा हूँ
retake has been elusive for them. For now though, in this round we've got Sheriff's out and Stingers. This isn't going to be one that you're going to be calling home about, but what a switch it would be for Heretics if they could actually do some damage now.
This
ये मेरा
insert from
सबसे
Tens
पहला
down
क्रॉस
at the
है
C copy is what I look to.
मिनी बू वाला
We're looking at a massive read from Sentinels here. Already 3.5 players towards that C site. It's only Saucy down towards A, looking at that long line. Heretics, though, they don't do these audibles that well, but this push, the timing.
To start and end with Tens, this round could be all for nothing. The one way goes up. He's got him locked down in there. Paranoia
भाई।
Prime, he knows exactly where the split's coming in from. Smoke goes up. This round's done. The threat was nullified the second they ran into Tens.
A little bit of damage here or there could be good, but it's not happening right now. It's okay.
All right, Boo, that's nice. Gonna need a lot more though. And he's pretty much surrounded here. Slow eventual creep as well from Sarsi closing that gap in.
मुझे दिलाई
From
भी
QT just
दिखाई भी
sitting
नहीं
a little
दे
bit safer on the corner. Lovely. Well handled, a little bit of a threat, but Tens won them that round what felt like a minute ago.
Not just Tens, though. Great timing on that push, gets those 2 kills. But look at how Heretics is setting up, though. Omen's got the smoke in their hand. Killjoy got the molly in their
Time
hands.
out
They're
ले लो
trying to
भाई,
set up these
Heretics वालों.
elaborate plays. And when we get to the opposite side, Sentinels goes on that attack, you'll notice that they're only really setting up these small 2 or 3 man plays,
Crispy.
trying to do these small incremental
They gave
things
up.
to
I
take
think-
the
I
site
feel like they
control.
gave
They're
up on
not
B.
trying to
They had
full
B, but they
5
didn't
man
go there.
util dump on a site. Another thing though is they don't budge. They win the rounds just so easily.
Yeah.
They know next round we're gonna defend C.
And we've been talking about Tens a fair amount, and I think touching base now during this Heretics timeout. I do have to note
ले
he's
लिया
off
ना
to a
timeout.
flying start, 5-0 so far.
हाँ,
I wouldn't
हर
say
टीम
he
के
had
पास
the
2-2
biggest
टाइम आउट
impact
होते
in
हैं.
the tournament to this point, but put the man
ले
on the
सकते
stage
हैं.
and he seems to thrive. But for Heretics,
एक
stepping onto
मिनट
this
का
stage
टाइम आउट
has
होता है.
seemed to be a bit of an issue for them so far. It feels like they're not off those starting blocks.
They definitely aren't off the starting blocks. We're seeing that in some of the duels they took, Miniboo and Benji on that round 3, for example. They need to do way better than that. One of the things I'm looking forward to, though, is beyond the fact that Heretics crafted this composition to stop Sentinels, right now, you mentioned it before, Sentinels, their momentum picks up when they start winning these rounds, stringing them together. It's not like, yes, they are good at that, but what Sentinels is really good at is when they're down and they find that little way in to, you know, break through. They win on an eco, they win an unwinnable 1 versus 4. That's what really propels them forward. Right now, it's no contest. All of the players on Sentinels are fighting back. Nobody from Team Heretics really.
देखो
We
3
see
तो
a
मरे भी
couple
नहीं है
kill-
एक
like
बार
2
भी.
kills on Boo, 2 kills on Miniboo, 0 for the rest. They're not on. Maybe this timeout was used just to calm them down a bit. Maybe.
Oh, excuse
okay.
me?
Okay.
Thank you,
timeout
observers.
for this.
Appreciate you, yeah. But Miniboo didn't get his reward. And look at the space already filled by Zekken. He's already going to be able to control all of this area. Yes, Sassy got spotted, but that's nothing. He got himself alive. Yeah, took a little bit of
मेरी
damage, but
जिस
that's
टीम
fine.
का मेरी
All of
फेवरेट
that
टीम तो बाहर हो चुके हैं
and
भाई
no
टूर्नामेंट
reward.
से. अब तो कोई भी जीते मेरे को इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
Sentinels probably just happy where they are waiting.
पर इसमें तो
for
मेरे
Team
को लग रहा है भाई
Heretics to get
सेंटिनल
into the
जीतेगी
tens. Once he
2-0.
sees that C is
दोनों
coming,
मैप
he's
जीत
probably
जाएगी
gonna back
सेंटिनल.
off and wait for that triple flank to come. It's Killjoy here. There's no tripwire. It's just the turret and the alarm bot. Easily bypassable, but Heretics just going to walk into a free site. It's all on that flank. And how is Heretics going to press forwards and deal with that retake? Are they going to sit back, get split from different directions, or are they going to get in their faces right now?
Skull
Benji
tag
already in
अभी
garage
plant
here.
पे.
They need to reinforce the spawn, the garage lines, and get ready to push forwards. But Sentinels actually opts not to go
अभी
for
नहीं,
that
थोड़ा
flank.
रुक
They're
जा.
coming all through spawn. This thrash from Rians,
Big
that's what I
ult.
look to.
Yeah, huge ult could start this off. Them Heretics are desperate for a round here. The paranoia goes in, and as does
Homie!
Zekken. Contained, captured, and taken down. Rien's looking for a
Mosh,
little bit more
बढ़िया.
timing here. Invest Mosh towards CT.
बढ़िया.
Boot finds tens. They've divided, and maybe they've got
बढ़िया.
Beautiful from Rien's on the follow-up. This is much better, much more composed.
खाता खोल लिया अब
Breaking
सबने
down
भाई.
Sentinels bit by bit, and suddenly only one man left
जी,
alive is
बढ़िया.
Zelsis. Clean work there, Josh.
You take away all the names, take away the HUD from this round
बढ़िया round
and
था
round
भाई.
1, round 3. I wouldn't even think it's the same team. Team Heretics looked completely revamped this round. They took
Very
a timeout.
composed,
They go
yeah.
for the early fight with that Sage wall up at A main. They don't get it. They walk into C site, but it's how they deal with this retake. coming
Benji का
in.
खाता नहीं
The
खुला
way
अभी
that they
तक.
use that thrash on that timing, the mosh to follow up, and they're fighting together, and they're reinforcing each other, pivoting from that garage tunnel to help garage help spawn flood. Very different look from Team Heretics.
They needed that. Now, it would be amiss to not note the ults coming
लगा
online
क्या?
here. Tens, how do you want to handle this? It's a big pressure play up towards C, and he's stuck here, and he stands. He got
भाई,
caught up
क्या?
that time. Miniboo the one to connect towards
हम
it.
तो डरते ही नहीं है भाई.
The spear
What?
from QT, the backbone of the Sentinel's side.
Ah.
Still trying to do damage.
Do.
He did a whole
Yeah,
lot. He
he
did the
killed
best he could, but Heretics again hold the site. The wall goes towards Garage. They've got the res if they feel it's required.
तो मरा कैसे
Zekken
नहीं?
still stands with the ult. Zelsis not too far away. Dealt with again. Heretics seeming to really come alive now. Out of nowhere, they're finding this form. This
मरा कैसे नहीं भाई वो?
site seeming to be
Winning
maybe
price बहुत होगा ना?
what they were
हाँ,
looking
काफी
for.
है.
The ult as well. I mean, Sassy better swing on this one. It's basically on him.
What?
Can't make the most
भाई
of the ult that
कॉस्मेटिक
just came
स्टन
through.
तो भाई
Not
बफ
sure if
करो
that was
भाई
right
स्टन
investment
को
here from Zelsis.
प्लीज.
Onto the right, 2 down long. They're giving him no quarter, no chance. Zelsis can try as he
यार,
might,
दो
but he's
round तो भाई
surrounded. There's no
clean लग
fight
रहे
that
हैं.
he can truly win here. The bigger picture, that spike that's ticking away. And Wu just needs to do
Benji
the
कहाँ है?
dance, and he's doing it well, buying
Garage.
precious time for Benji, who's standing and waiting.
खाता खुल गया
Heretics
Benji का.
have found an answer. They found a cure for their ills.
Back-to-back hits on that C site, and Tens He had the good stall with the
क्या
paranoia,
था भाई
but
वो?
misses his
तो
chances.
क्या entry थी
Opportunity on
भाई?
Minibu, who actually catches him paranoid, barely saw him at the edge of that paranoia. And once that floodgate was open, it's all on John QT. If he can get more than one there, different story. But because he goes down, I mean, that's just such a big investment from Sentinels using that Rolling Thunder, not coming out with a round win. Team Heretics crawling back round by round.
And it's caused a timeout. Sentinels have felt enough of a switch here that it's time to check back in. An early timeout as well. They're normally quite
सन ने भी ले लिया
conservative
timeout.
when they call them. We know that
सही है यार,
momentum
ज़रूरत
shift
भी
is
है.
very much in the playbook. Sentinels are very aware. But maybe it is the right time to touch base. Heretics clearly adjusted something during the timeout. 2 consecutive rounds. And there's a lot of ults on the Heretics side here as well. You've got the TP, yeah, with Wood, but you've still got the Showstopper. You've still got that Res there. They're only 2 away from the lockdown. And that was a lot of ults invested from Sentinels for 0 reward.
Not only that, but now we're getting to the point where
Okay.
if Team Heretics is able to pick up another round here, Sentinels is looking at maybe potentially having to do a save here. The good news is they have economy for this round, including off economy. And if they're really able to get an early pickoff here, that could snowball things. Res in play, can mean Team Heretics can pick up their lost soldier. But right now, I mean, I could definitely see a pace change from Team Heretics here. We've seen them go quick towards B. They have that Omen ultimate. They have that Showstopper. That's what I look to here. Are they going to go fast again? Really keep the pressure on right now off the back of the momentum of these 2 rounds? Or Sentinel's going to be able to crawl back and stop them?
Now, I'm looking at that operator in play. I'm looking at TenZ here. Can he be the one? But you're right. The pace change is apparent. Right back towards B, right up the guts. Heretics instantly investing that Showstopper. Trying to hold back any sort of pre-take, but plants in. And Sen aren't really wanting to investigate this too early, and rightly so.
No flank this time. Wall up for A main. That's going to take a little bit of time to chip down. Off also for this retake at B. Not ideal.
No, this is going to be incredibly difficult. 3 through that C connector side. Boo, the wall gets broken, so he has to respect it. Back away. Zekken going to take the space that's been given. They're starting to clear house, but there's the TP.
वहाँ पे भाई बहुत
That's a pixel. He knows
गया
it.
Benji.
Can he find it? There's still pressure on the side. They've got to find a body, and he does. Takes away Benji. Backline open. Paranoia sent. Woot denies Sasi. Good trade for Zekken. Trying to step down towards Middleton.
What?
Huge from Riens. When Heretics needed him, he stood his ground and got them up to 3.
अरे सेंटर से बंदे से भी खाते पीते लोग
When we look to Riens, we know that he delivers
भाई
this.
क्या बकचोदी
Normally
है
it's on
ये?
Sova. We look to him to be on the maps where he gets to play Sova. He's in these late round situations after he uses his drone, his dart, and he closes it out so frequently for them. If it's not him,
What?
it's Benji. But here, he goes big. Oh my god, it was down to a sliver almost with the amount of diffuse left.
खड़ा मत हो
Sentinels
भाई
almost stealing that away, but
जीजी हो जाएगा
they-
अटैक
that's
साइड
3 in a
मैप
row for
है
Team
4
Heretics and
निकाल चुके हैं वो
Sentinels. They still have a little bit of economy, but they're bleeding these
ठीक है.
rounds out.
The timeout worked for Heretics, and even Sentinel's timeout worked for them again. The pace change was divine.
अल्टा भाई
All back in
भागे
play
हैं.
so quickly for Riens, and he's identified players, but Zekken cleared in a heartbeat. Miniboo quick as lightning takes him away, and the site is 1 out.
यार,
Heretics
Miniboo
have what they want here. There's no lurk
तगड़ा
on the way,
ड्यूलिस्ट है
no,
यार मिनीबू
I guess, flank coming in, but they've got everything they require, and once again we rinse, we repeat. The wall goes up, they get ready to sit into this post plant.
Still one more slow on Boo. So once this wall gets broken down, once the stun comes off cooldown, they start using the aftershock and comboing it with the fault line here. That slow comes in. Thrash also for Riens. Sentinels realizes what's going on and they're backing out. Thrash still used
Save कर रहे हैं.
preemptively, waiting for expecting and anticipating this retake, but Sentinels
Save.
realizes what's going on, what the name of the game is right now. They've lost the sight. Team Heretics, very pacey. Normally we see them maybe taking a little bit of map control first, waiting, pausing, going on that
Slow,
second
steady.
interval.
Yep.
Around that 1 minute mark is when they're grouped, gathered, hit by 50 seconds. But now it's the first full motion, swinging all the way through into the sights.
And if we kind of
अरे
pause
भाई,
here
देखो
ourselves for a
इतना
second
भी-
and kind of consider this,
क्या?
we were discussing this veto at the very start, Josh. How this feels indicative
भाई
that
जिसको
there
खेलना
had to
था
have
भाई
been
गेको
change
बहुत बढ़िया
amongst
एजेंट है
Heretics.
यार
You would not walk
उसकी
into this
यूटिल
veto
बहुत
without a
सही है
plan. We are seeing a very new look Heretics.
भाई वादा कर
This
गेको
is a
खेलते हैं
very
तो
different look.
5v6
I mean, we
चलता
talked
गेम
about it a little bit with when it comes to Lotus. They made those changes coming into champs. It wasn't working. They scrap it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes sense. We looked at Icebox as the pick from Heretics. Notably, one of their worst maps, if not their worst, outside of Ascent, which was their permanent ban, and now they're picking it. It makes me wonder what they've cooked up on that map as well, now that we're seeing 4 rounds in a row for them and looking revitalized after that timeout.
Yeah, this is... it feels like a different team. But I'm looking at
Good
Zekken
save.
walking middle here. Miniboo, hopefully he doesn't tunnel vision towards this because could get caught out this time. Saci is going to be at least kept back. I like this for the control towards A-Long. We know that Saci does like to try and take towards that. They now know about it. And they pause.
This is tough. This type of situation when you don't have that Cypher trips up, when you can't really clear mid. Normally that turret can spot someone walking down middle. It's in a really passive spot. It spots Garage. The alarm bot on that C means that it's not watching A, it's not watching that window. So Zekken could be able to hear all the noise that's happening. Hear the rotations back and forth between A and C right now. But if it's a shift block, if Team Heretic slowly moves, yes, this camera can spot them early. Yes, these traps will get that information and allow that rotation to come in. But still, the slows are in play here. 2 smokes, Paranoia, so much retake utility. It could be a pre-take, it could be a fast one. Breach, Sova, you guys are still on A site. You gotta have to move soon.
Yeah, here's the committed approach towards C. Looking to see if anyone tries to get a shot. I think maybe just John QT eyeing up to see if
Spam
anyone gets
kill.
caught.
Ah, what?
That's outrageous. Takes down John QT, who thought he was set up for success. Not the case. It's
You know, the
5
back.
standing for Heretics. You're
Flank,
looking at the flank,
flank,
they still have
flank,
utility.
flank,
Benji,
bhai.
if he falls, then suddenly the floodgates could open. But he stands.
Alarm bot hai, chalo.
Fury from downtown. That's the connection, though. That's going to be Rien's removed. And trying to set up safe passage
Course.
forward, but as Benji to find 10s. Trade comes in. Zekken looking to close the gap, though. Lockdown in play. Beautiful from Zekken. Miniboo answers back, though, towards CT.
Whoa.
Back and forth, but right now, it's falling in favor of Heretics. As Saci, the last one alive,
Bhai,
can do
GG,
nothing
bhai.
but die. Heretics are in control.
That is 5 rounds in a row for Team Heretics. They have not dropped a beat, and
भाई
all
momentum
of
की
them
तो
are punching back. We
फाड़ के
talked
रख दी
about
भाई Sentinel
2
के
kills for
momentum की.
Miniboo, 2 kills for Boo, and none for the rest of the team. Guess what? Everyone's on the board right now. Everyone's got impact in
Yeah,
their own
देखो
moment.
यार.
The fact that John QT couldn't capitalize on that spam kill with the trip through the smoke, and he actually instead gets taken out, that is just so devastating for Sentinels. And a
Double
second
timeout.
timeout
Double
in 1
timeout.
half.
भाई
Round
दूसरा
7,
टाइम आउट भी ले
round
लिया भाई
10.
Sentinels ने.
Like, you don't burn this unless you feel like if you can't get a grasp of the game right now, it's going to slip away from you. They need to have a way to stop Team Heretics right now. Team Heretics going fast. Sentinels, you're playing really split 2-1-2. How are you going to get ahead of what's happening? Maybe more gamble stacks. They're good at that, but the problem is if Team Heretics picks the right site, you have a 5-on-5 retake. Those Sage walls and slows are killing you right now.
They absolutely are. And again, you got to roll your mind back. Last time these two met, it was a bitter loss in Madrid for Heretics, sending them to their deaths eventually against PRX. First time that they ever truly met. Devastating for them. All that potential we discussed at the start of the year, and it went up in smoke. Now they bounded back. We saw what happened eventually once they made it through towards Shanghai. But still, this team has suffered at Sentinel's hands. But as said, those 5 rounds, Josh, they are impact to say the least.
I'd go a step beyond that as well.
Go for it.
Look at a couple of the rounds that Sentinels won. The pistol round and the bonus round, round 3. It came down pretty close within a matter of a
Very
couple of
close to
seconds.
fuses, yeah.
These are very close to fuses. Had things gone slightly different, we might be seeing
अरे
something like
Sentinels का
a
Heretics
zero,
का
like
कॉम
a-
भाई काम
Yeah,
कर रहा
really
है.
heavy.
1 right now.
I don't know
have.
how, but this shit is
Okay,
working.
still a buy here though.
पता
The
नहीं
only
कैसे
caveat to
यार.
that going to be John QT. He wants that full util as best
ये
he
कॉम्प
can.
है नहीं यार प्रो का
Guardian
सही में
in
हेवन
hand.
पे.
Still has his
Still,
ult,
it's
as
just-
does Tens. Not massive impact off the back of it. Rez still in play as well.
And a pace change from Team
This
Heretics.
shit is
They've been going quick. They got the back of these last 5 rounds.
Ah.
Oh,
Zekken
Zekken.
is
Okay.
still Zekken. There's still danger. That
Yeah,
Rez gets
yeah.
burned. They're back
Five,
up to
five.
5. But he wants another bite of the cherry. He fancies another go at this. He's so close. Going towards Sui. Still got Saci on long, so if they cross, that will be go. Miniboo! Just prize him out of there. The can opener for Heretics now. And Zekken has to respect that. Suddenly, A feels vulnerable. He can't sit on that island alone any longer.
Now Team the Heretics, they have the control of the map. They have that turret locking down middle. Sure, they don't know much about C, but right now,
पे
Sentinels
तीन आ गए
taking
भाई.
that gamble stack. They're
Go see, go
reinforcing
see.
the site where they lost one of their players. Right now, if Team Heretics goes into this is the best chance that Sentinels has to get back into this game. Paranoia already set up for long here. Zekken, first one was free. Is the second one.
Just go see.
full site exec. This is so typical of
Guy
Team
bhai.
Heretics. They're waiting for that second smoke
Guy,
to come
guy,
off
guy.
cooldown. They pop them both. Paranoia, paint shells, everything's coming in.
Yeah, Dizzy gonna set this one through. Zelsis, 10's in danger,
Under
in
you.
trouble. Zekken still fighting the good fight for Sentinel, still holding his ground. 10's dives head first, takes away 2. They're getting no access this time. Wall goes up, but the timing's just not gonna be there. Boo would have to pull off something like a miracle, and it doesn't
बोला
happen.
यार,
They
तीन
go to
है।
Zekken's site. He has been the impact
अरे
player for
नहीं
Sentinels. They
नहीं वे
needed
ऐसे
him
ही
that
बच्चों
round.
Off the back of a timeout, Sentinels pulls out another win. Do I think it was as a result of that timeout? Maybe not. What I see happening here, and this is what we see as the difference between these two teams, is that Team Heretics, they get that early kill, they sit, they wait 20, 30 seconds. They're hoping that the other team makes a mistake, pushes, or overreacts and rotates
Honestly,
the
just
wrong
keep
spot.
disrespecting their
Sentinels, when they get to their
It's literally
attack
just
side,
some noob shit.
they know how to manipulate the rotations to make the defenders go exactly where they want. Team Heretics goes into the stack.
And it's pacey this time. John QT and 10's going to be having to stand and deliver. You could maybe take a TP out, but they want to take the fight here. Paranoia Prime.
Guy.
10's looking to maybe set him up here, but no one can swing on this one. TP to the back. John QT finds. Hack comes in. 10's finds Rienz. They're holding the line. They're keeping their kingdom safe. Finally, Sentinels hold this C site as Benji falls. Sentinels onto back.
Back to back for Sentinels, and now they're getting back in control in the driver's seat. One more round remains in this half right now, and that first few rounds were going in the way of Sentinels. Heretics fight back with 5 in a row. They do the paciness for most of those. It's working. They slow down one round. It doesn't work. They go fast again. But Sentinels, once you give them an inch, they take that mile. And now, scores closed down to 1 round gap.
Yeah, again, they're now.
Yeah, see? Just disrespect it.
Disrespect it.
There
That's
it
going
is.
to be the name of the game.
It's a reminder of who they are. Sentinels, the team that you can't really doubt when it comes to it. But can Heretics give them that reminder? Can they put them back in place? 10's showing off now. Picks up the quick pick on Boo. And then readjusts,
भाई
repositions.
10 को गुस्सा आ गया
The
भाई
younger brother wants to
10
walk
देखो
those
13-5
footsteps,
भाई
maybe feel advised against it.
खेल रहा 10 भाई खेल रहा है
Now with those 4 players standing, what do they do now?
Sage down, there's no wall. IGL gets to spectate, micromanage a little bit more. A little bit of map control here. We haven't seen the side of Team Heretics yet. It's been these 5-man hits over and over again. But softening up that garage area, that front B area, pulls all of the Sentinel players over there.
भी मत
But
जाओ
Sentinels
भाई रीड कर रहे हैं भाई हेरेटिक्स को
towards B, and Heretics
सेंटिनल्स
trying to
वाले
go in here. The showstopper, Minibu needs to land it on 10s, otherwise this could be disastrous for these guys.
Could be waiting poised, prowling above. He knows what's coming. Oh, he couldn't get away from that mini boo.
Whoa, oh भाई stun
Bang!
stun
Takes B to himself,
भाई
but
नहीं
look
रहे
at
बचे
John
stun
QT
बचे
still
ही
in.
नहीं है
They
भाई
have no
legit
idea. Zekken now tries to run around, keep them on their toes.
stun नहीं
They're
बचे हैं
being
भाई
forced around and a quick pivot. You're right, Josh. That spike's heading towards C.
They're making noise.
Abbe,
They have an
Minibu?
inkling about Minibu here.
What?
He's going to go down, but still 3 versus 3 on this post
Seriously?
plant right now.
देख अब वो
Still
प्लांट
game
भी
on,
कर रहे हैं और
Buck
वो
is
है
in,
भी
time's
ये
on their
गेको
side.
की बढ़िया
Help
यूटिल है
towards
सारी
CT. Sentinels don't have that safe step back. Looking to maybe
क्या क्या किसी के पास कोई अल्ट
themselves.
नहीं है नहीं रियन से एक
Selfish
मारेगा
trying
अल्ट
to
आएगा
attention, keep check on anyone trying to
Beautiful.
close the gap. The one way cuts off the route, and now they can focus on Garage. The crossfire looks heaven sent. How do you get around it?
The slide
Zekken
needs to
could.
happen.
Zekken could. There's a chance here.
Oh!
Rienz basically could deny this, as could Benji. The time ticking. They got to make a move.
कहाँ
here,
देख
now
रहा है,
the
bro?
timing is perfect. The synergy is off the charts, and Sentinels are never out of it.
भाई खुला है गराज ब्रो
From Sentinels,
बेंजी
They're waiting the time of that one way out. As soon as it goes down, Saucy sends the dart in, and the player to turn around and break that shows his back to Zekken. Zekken stabs him in the back, gets that slide off of cooldown, is able to bypass that second player and able to close out the round on that third kill.
Stun तो
Again,
बचे ही नहीं
Sentinels,
हैं।
3 versus 3. I mean, it was a 3 versus 4 there. That
Yeah.
Minibu kill happening. Maybe a sign of Minibu not understanding how he should sit there and wait for his team to develop the next play. But again, huge to close out the half.
नहीं भाई
That
इतना
synergy
नहीं
was
देखा मैंने
just
बस शॉर्ट
amazing.
देखे थे बस
Love that.
मतलब
Absolutely
शॉर्ट्स
love
देखा
that.
था
But if you like Heretics,
क्या-
there's a
क्या-
man you'll
क्या-
want to
क्या-
hear from right now. Is Patatek with Jet.
पैटी टैग अरे पैटी टैग
파티텍 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 먼저
파티텍
어떻게 지내는지
भैया।
물어보도록 할게요. Long time no see, Patatek. What have you been up to?
I've just been sitting at home, playing ranked, streaming, and just chilling, waiting for a team to pick me up.
I vouch for you. Best player in the world. 일단 집에서 좀 앉아서 랭크도 돌리고
Best
좀
player in
열심히
the
하면서 팀을 구하고 있다고 합니다. 연락 많이 주셨으면 좋겠다고 얘기를 하는데 헤리틱스가 사실 파티텍 선수에게 고마워하면서 오늘 좀 선수들에게 서프라이즈로 파티텍 선수를 초청했다고 얘기를 하는데요. 이렇게 팀원들 보면서 어떤 마음이 드는지도 물어보도록 할게요. Now, Heretics invited you over, flew in as a surprise to the boys, you know, because you're very much part of the success that they're having, as much as the other guys up there. So what's it like rooting for them and watching them play today?
I just pray for the win for Heretics. As I said on my stream, like they're gonna win the whole thing. And when it comes to watching them play, it's just insane, you know. I just imagine myself to be on the stage one day, but I came here and I'm gonna support my boys to win the whole
हाँ
thing.
वो तो
Your time
है.
will come, for sure.
वो तो है
먼저
everybody.
스트리밍 할 때 얘기를 했듯이 헤레틱스가 우승을 할 것 같고 그리고 정말 떨리는 마음으로 보고 있는데
फिर इसी मतलब इसीलिए तो मतलब अभी इसके फाइनल्स में तो वो रिवील होगा ना पूरा.
좀 경기를 멋지게 펼치고
ये
싶지만
हेरेटिक्स का 6th प्लेयर है भाई.
다시는 시간이 올 때까지는 좀 더 기다려야 할 것 같고 그냥 팀원들이 계속해서 잘해줬으면
पहले खेलता था
좋겠다고
ये बहुत बढ़िया
얘기했습니다.
प्लेयर है.
Thank you, Paratech.
Thank you.
Lastly, predictions today.
2-1 for Heretics.
오늘 2대1 예상한다고 얘기를 했습니다. 헤레틱스 승리. Okay, back we go.
Thank you.
What a first half we had there, 7-5, and it was swings and roundabouts. Josh, both teams runs, 4 rounds in a row, 5 rounds in a row, and then a strong close from Sen. It feels
क्योंकि
like
5
this is
प्लेयर
still
है ना पहले ही
anyone's game.
उसमें.
Both teams
इसलिए
right
नहीं
now
खिला रहे.
delivering the goods in their own respect. It's on Team Heretics now, though. They get to go in their defense side. They're really good on their defense because of their retakes, but they've cooked up a new comp. So I look to how they've changed that. Do they do something different with the rotations, with the gamble stacks?
Speaking of, Josh, there's a gamble stack in play from the very get-go. 3 players dedicated towards this seaside. Miniboo the one with the sheriff there. You could hear that rattling off in the distance. And a quick close clear for Sarsi. Just going to be having a look. Even spotting Woot. So, again, you're getting a little bit of a read of what's going on here potentially. But Sentinels seem reticent in their approach. They want to carry on here. They fancy going into this one. The paranoia might have slowed them down. The counter can't be capitalized on yet. And now it's standoff. Do they really want to go through with this?
This is where the situation
तो उससे भी अच्छे खेलते हैं ना. कॉम्प वो बढ़िया है
so
इनका.
well at picking where they want to go. Heretics peeling off, getting out of the site. They're going to reclear garage first for this retake.
भाई
Look at John
रीटेक
QT
कर रहे हैं.
waiting there. His eyes
Seriously.
still on it. Miniboo though with some pace.
Oh.
Belting shot from John QT. But now there's too many. Tens, you can't really back away. He
खा गया,
just about
खा
makes it
गया.
out with the help of Zekken. But they do have the plant down. Sarsi going to try and be the kind of, I guess, the one to put a full stop to the round if they did go back through Garage. But he sees nothing.
4v4
Sets
है.
them up to focus towards CT. 2 players waiting in the smoke. And look at that deadly little duo. You don't want that. You don't want that. It's Tens all day. Oh,
ए,
why not? Why not? It is you, Tens. He's him. He's absolutely him.
चक्कू करने जा रहा था मैं.
And he'll get you around.
That Sentinels classic right click,
There's something about it, man.
something juicy,
Look at this.
stopping them. And we heard it in the soundbite before from Tens. Disrespect them. This is how you do it. This is what Heretics needed to do.
भाई
to set
तीन
up.
right
Get
click
in their
खत्म.
faces and just pump them full of lead
Sorry
there.
if I punch your arm. Sorry if I punched you.
Yeah, he's getting into it. He's feeling it, immersed.
Dude, it's Tens. He is a big game player. That is what you want to be seeing. There's the impact off the back. But remember the first half. It started really well for Sentinels. The timeout hit, and Sentinels burned both of their timeouts in that first half. Heretics still, I believe, have that option available. So, it's
हाँ
not
ना,
over yet.
चक्कू
This is just
करने
a
वाला
good
था मैच.
beginning. But with the lead on the half, it certainly makes that scoreline look a little scarier now.
When I looked at this game, I'm thinking, Haven, how many rounds realistically does Heretics need on that attack side for them to be able to comfortably close it out? I'm thinking 6, maybe 5 if they don't get pistol round. But losing the second pistol round as
नहीं
well,
लगा है.
that's going to make things very difficult. And Sentinels, we're going to see why they picked this map right now. They start
तो
with that
लड़का
orb
है,
control. They
अच्छा
get
C
John
आ रहा है.
QT here. 4 of them move together towards A. And look at the map. Team Heretics has 4 on that A site, and C site is open for
रीड
the
कर रहे हैं
taking.
भाई हेरेटिक्स को यार.
Sentinels,
सेंटिनल्स वाले.
a 3-round.
Yeah, that's lovely. They'll be happy with that. Managing to navigate all the potential dangers. Again, there were a couple of sheriffs in play. This wasn't like it wasn't without a little bit of threat. So Sarsi looking to farm here. Nice opportunity for him. Lovely. Quick 2 kills. Again, only against pistols, so no need to lose your minds just yet. But See Zekken here maybe with his opportunity to get some orbs building. Okay, or not. My bad. Sorry, Zekken. Any more? Can they cost them much? Again, this is quite an invested round. The two SMGs are still there, but it's that Bulldog, that Phantom you don't want to see being lost, really. Trying to slip away a little bit.
Last-ditch effort. Try to take anyone down with them.
Don't think you can get much more. Nice try. Not to be. Sentinels, 4 standing. They should be happy with what they've been able to do there. A very clean early start to the round as well, navigating all that potential danger.
That was a big difference that we didn't
Benji
see
को
that
3
side
मारा
of
यार.
Team Heretics, of depositing players and having them as callback options. Everything was all in, and as soon as they start trying to go towards one side,
यार उसका तो शॉट दिखा दो भाई.
there's no way for them to fall back.
Mini book.
I like when you call me
We're gonna see this
Pukzak.
constantly of the
Yes,
callbacks
sir.
from John QT, especially saying, "Hey, come back. This site's free. Hey, I think they've overstacked there."
लगातार 5 राउंड ये जीत के भाई.
They want to be able to catch back up to Sentinels. This is going to be a big round for these guys.
Miniboo, right place, maybe right time. How far does he try and investigate on this? Boo doing similar things down towards long, but again, this is the bonus round for Sentinels.
Drone and camera invested. Spots too. You don't know where the other 3 players are right now.
Chomping at the bit there.
ऐसे
They
ही
want
भाई
it in.
अच्छा खेल रहे.
See if
Them
they
off
had
the
an
leash.
opening. But still, I see a couple of Spectres here, so maybe closing the gap at B.
ठीक ही खेल रहा है सासी भाई. सासी यार लाउड में था भाई सासी तो. अब वो
Garage,
सासी
Garage
बचा ही
window,
नहीं है ना.
Getting those flanks, stopping that rotation. That's so difficult to go through. B, dangerous with that wall and the
लाउड
wingman.
वाला सासी तो भाई है.
Wait
अलग
to
ही
see
था
when
भाई.
the alarm bot gets triggered.
It's a fake. I've seen this before. They're going to send Zekken in. They're going to take all this pressure, but it's going to be a C-split through Garage and Zekken. The pressure was made. He kept his life. He didn't destroy that alarm bot, though. That alarm bot and the turret still being up. This setup from Team Heretics, that triangle, Bermuda Triangle, Sentinels is going to disappear in it, but 30 seconds left.
They're running low on time. They've got to commit
They gotta
somewhere.
decide.
Are they opting to go back towards A? The walls should be dropping. I
भाई
imagine soon.
ए
It
पे
looks
तो
like
भाई
it was fully
मतलब
invested, but still, finally they clear the alarm bot. But that's late. Wall's still there.
Breaking now, but the slow.
And there it is. Time, 20 seconds. They're running so low here. Sentinels need to make something happen. They've got to try and
Get
face the
cleared.
music. Mini Boo gets away with robbery. Boo then.
Boo!
Back, impact for Boo. Leaving just John QT irrelevant to the round as Heretics make it past the first big threat here. It was their buy round, it was the bonus.
नियॉन वाला प्लेयर भाई उसका तो काम है यार एग्रेसिव खेलना. अब तो फिर उनके आईजीएल के कॉल के हिसाब से खेलेगा ना. कितना जाना है, ये करना है, बस वो करना है.
Sentinels is usually so much better with those fundamentals, breaking all the alarm bots, getting exactly what
भाई
they
ये
want to
देखियो,
manipulate
ये
the
देखियो.
rotation. And for the most part, it still worked. Yes, it got a little bit low on time. You get nervous when you see that clock ticking down, but that's still enough. That's 10 seconds
them
that you
because
have
it's
to
better.
take out 2 players. And
That's
get the
what I
spike
like to
planted.
see, boys.
You
Let's
can do
go.
that. That's loads of time as long as you don't freak out. But Mini Boo and Boo coming together through smokes and getting the shots, the kills they got. in that
दोनों भाई
faction.
बता, दोनों सगे भाई खेल रहे हैं
Unreal.
टीम में. ये बू और मिनी बू.
Go again. Now we get into the fun of it. John QT still down though on the SMG. Not ideal.
I like how loose Team Heretics is getting right now, though. They don't normally get this loose, these players especially. We saw on Boo, on Fade, on Lotus maybe.
भाई
He's
तभी
taking
तो
this
प्रो
deep
है ना
line
वो.
towards A right now.
And the adjusted turret as well for Benji, not letting them even get to spam that, trying to remove that easily. That's still in play deeper on C, yes, but still serves its purpose, especially with Rien's keeping control here. They're going to hear all this, they're going to see all this. That's at least 2 players noted off.
एक गोली खाया.
Just Dizzy and Benji
claimed.
feeling this. This could be perfect from Benji.
No.
Oh, the trigger on the first. I thought he could have waited a touch longer, but no. We're getting to 50 seconds, and they don't have a full foothold on either site. Pressuring Garage short with the double stack on long. You're right,
4v4 है,
Heretics
उसको
taking
heal
small
मिल जाएगा.
gambles, getting a little bit more risky here.
Huge bait and switch up as well. If Boo's
कहाँ
able to
पे है ये
get one,
दोनों?
get away with his
ओ
life, or
भाई.
even just make them look towards him,
Drone.
take out that drone and get away. Mini Boo.
He got John QT.
You got John QT.
And they have no idea about Mini Boo. This is everything they dreamed of, but
गया.
still, the plot needs to happen 25 seconds.
फ्लैंक आ गया.
Once Boo
वैन
shows
चोट
himself
क्यूटी बूटी
towards
मर
A
चुका है.
later,
इनके
they
लौड़े
won't
लग गए.
expect Mini Boo at all.
It's a 4
John QT's dead.
Surely, right? Surely, there's no way.
They push through.
पर ये aggressive खेल रहे हैं.
Sentinels, they're alleviating pressure.
And it's Woot who has no idea. He has no idea. Now
Oh!
he still gets tens, but they've made something out of nothing. A 2v3 is still doable.
Miniboo.
Res on Boo, but the timing on Miniboo should be the death of Sassy, and it is all on Zellsis.
दोनों भाई दोनों तबाही बोलते ही.
The salesman or the soldier, let's find out. But now he falls. Miniboo there. They are playing this so well, Josh. I can't stress it enough. We are seeing Heretics get loose, getting the reads, getting the feel of this game, and playing out of
भाई
their
दोनों ही
normal
टीम में ऐसा
style.
लग रहा है बेंचो रीड कर लेती है 4-5 राउंड में.
Passive, let you take the site. They come in for that retake right now.
पे stun तो
Getting
चूतिए
that
होते
space
हैं.
on A, getting in their faces a little bit, but also even when you think that there's no way they're gonna get a kill, stunned, it doesn't do anything to them. Well, yeah, it's all cosmetic. Zellsis shouldn't even use this. It's not affecting them. I've seen so many, at least 3 or 4 different kills, concussed players from Team Heretics, putting them down and converting these rounds. Sentinels 9-7 with both pistols. The gap is closing again.
If you're a Sentinels fan, you are eyeing up this round. This has to be a
ना
big
बूबू
impact
पीछे
round
जा
for them.
बूबू.
Heretics finding success back to back here. Miniboo ult in
5
play.
राउंड जीत के तो गेम ही
Cycling
खत्म ना.
towards Caution has to be aired. All going to be invested over towards Sewer, but it gives
No
him a
good
nice
time.
angle towards Long.
You note the time, that's 45 seconds, it's gonna break. You see how Zekin's sitting here with 10s. They're waiting here for any regress at long. But what's gonna happen is the fake's gonna come in from Sentinels. They're gonna put a lot of pressure.
वो नहीं
Maybe
लेंगे
even
भाई.
tap the spike in that B site. They're gonna go back and hit that A site on that timing. It's gotta be the play. 10s has that ultimate as well. Get that info, create that pressure, break that alarm bot though. John QT, there you go.
Okay.
Here comes the next step of this fake.
Yeah, starting to put the question marks around the map here, giving themselves options, but this time a different look towards Garage. That's 2 players on to work off that Dizzy if they decide to invest. And it's getting tense now.
Wall breaks.
Smoke goes back up towards B.
दोनों हिल नहीं रहे भाई.
He's on top of that sewers box.
ए पे आएंगे फिर से.
Trying to get this fake off. They still have a stun. Full abilities on Zellsis. Add it with a stun, a smoke. Try to create this pressure, but it might not be enough.
25 seconds, they slowly creep, they can disrespect the smoke, they're going to give away the game a touch here. Now, Miniboo decides to move.
20 seconds.
Where are they going?
टाइम नहीं है. टाइम नहीं है ब्रो. कहाँ जाओगे?
Where is he off to? Over towards B. Going to try and quickly get that plant secured by Zellsis.
अबे यार फाइट भी नहीं कर रहे भाई.
He's done his job. Tens gets out of danger.
फाइट भी नहीं
And
कर
now
रहे.
the bedlam begins. Boo, you nasty boy, waiting.
अबे
Checks
तोड़
to
दे
make sure
बू.
there's no one else here.
बू.
Waits. This is a dangerous game to play in.
Ah!
It's a dangerous game. The crowd honoring.
Oh my God भाई. Disrespect बोला था टेज भाई चक्कू हो गया. छी.
But a 5v4 now. Advantage towards Heretics, but they still have to try and break the backbone of Sentinels. And 10 still stands. Zekin gonna get one. Time now ticking the defuse halfway. John QT holds the line.
Oh.
Close.
डिफ्यूज क्यों करना होता है ब्रो? हाफ हो गया है, टाइम है, थोड़ा फाइट ले ले.
1v3 or a 3k at least here. John QT, couple of bullets in the smoke, no problem. Team Heretics trying to stick that, but still so well played from Sentinels. You can see how they set this round up so far in advance. They knew wall is breaking at 45. We softened them up at B. We softened them up at Garage. We softened them up at A right after. And guess what? It's going to leave a hole in B. We're going to ultimate there with Omen, get that spike planted, and play out this round. This mid-round adaptation, the on-the-fly calls from Sentinels are so good.
बैचर क्या कर रहे हैं हेरेटिक्स वाले? यार निंजा भाई क्या हाल है?
They abandoned this elaborate back and forth. They're just grouping and ready to
खाली
hit
साइड
right
मिल गई
now.
फिर से.
You look at the ults, they've got so many. Sassy one away from having Hunter's Fury as well. They've got so much of what they need for this.
भाई बहुत अल्टा है ये राउंड तो इन्हीं का है.
Easily securing
Sen
C
का
as
ही
they
है.
do. It wasn't particularly held by Heretics.
Zellsis का भी अल्टा है.
Rien still does have his ult.
Benchot Sassy. भाई Zellsis गया? What?
He's the one to get caught by that. Benji playing back in through Garage. Clears out the first. That's one of the 3 ults gone. Rien's invests his. Already you can see that counter pressure. Sassy from all the way down C. Takes away Rien's. But Heretics clear the site. And you're right, the wall is still there. Does it get used? Looking to try and secure it.
भाई क्या वॉल है? जी fucking जी भाई. भाई क्या वॉल है भाई. वो तो स्पैम से भी नहीं टूटती भाई, हम ही चूतिया रैंक्ड में बैठ चले ऐसे चौड़ी बॉल कर देते हैं, एक उसमें टूट जाती है भाई, यही करो यार, सीखो सीखो VCT देख के सीखो।
This is the exact reason why.
टूट भाई,
Play that spam
ये टूटेगी ही नहीं बैठ, ये बॉल
There's a
टूटेगी ही
wingman,
नहीं।
there's a wall. You need to get in their faces. Zealous is going down, losing that rolling thunder. They can't push into garage or spawn and
Still,
disrupt
बहुत
Team
ulta भी
Heretics'
इन पे।
retake. Sentinels, 10-8 only.
मर गया।
Hold on, Zekin's gone down. We're looking at the hero with the gun, is TenZ. And we know what this man can do, so pay attention. And it is straight up brawl, but Sentinels are winning.
What Riens बैंचो क्या कर रहा है?
It seems to work so well. And a 3v3 in this situation, Zelsis has his ult, as does TenZ. They've got information on their whereabouts.
3v3
now they can let this simmer for a second. Zelsis
भी मिल
can
गई।
the upgrade.
So much time to let the round. Wait, TenZ just used his ultimate a couple rounds ago. How does he have it again?
It's TenZ. Telling you.
The alarm bot,
But the timing. Gonna be able to clear that. It's
भाई
gonna be a
एक गोली का
question
है
mark to it. Look where the
TenZ।
other two are, Josh. They haven't even fully moved.
Team Heretics fights very hard on these rounds, but
बहुत
if they
बढ़िया
move
भाई
together,
TenZ A पे अल्ट
even
मारेगा।
flank, if it is an A hit here, they could get a lot of damage off. Still, they have that wall, they have that slow, and they have the Omen smokes. Great characters to have for this retake. But still, 3v3, Rolling Thunder and guns up for Sentinels. This is going to be difficult. Rolling Thunder.
कुछ है ही नहीं,
That's gonna
चलो
let Team
ये तो
Heretics
ठीक
know.
है।
They're going to come for this retake. The Omen on the
अरे
flank is
निंजा
gonna
Discord
be
आ रहा है
massive, especially if he uses ultimate to get that info here.
And
That
he
is
has
going
his
to
TP.
initiate.
He could move past the invested ult that John QT has in play, so he could still make some real threat happen without an early warner towards it. But we look towards the fight on CT, and TenZ has been instrumental in this round. He's down on 41 HP though, still has a smoke to play with.
बढ़िया कर रहे हैं ये।
Be set up by Zelsis, and TenZ waiting. They got so close, but it's Wu closing the gap. Great shot. Oh, but TenZ, you gotta keep this man in mind. Perfect impact.
Easy भाई, TenZ नहीं मान रहा भाई आज, TenZ नहीं मान रहा, TenZ दे रहा है बैंड तो घर पे। 26-9 भाई स्कोर देख रहे हो, 26-9।
Team Heretics not getting ahead of that to the likes of a classic. Zekin getting instantly taken out as well, but again, maybe getting a little bit too ahead
अच्छा
of
blind हो
themselves,
गया था
feeling
Riens,
themselves
ठीक
too
है।
much, getting too loose potentially. Team Heretics, there's a side of them we haven't really seen before.
And this time out is everything. Let's simmer it down, focus in here. If you weren't paying attention before,
देखिए देखिए कि भाई भाई भाई।
at 11-8. Now, the money. The money is the issue here for Heretics. They're going to have to do basically what's happened to them back to Sentinels. But without the ult from Zekin, without that sort of tempo, they can. It looks like they can afford one rifle so far, Josh, and that's it.
That is not the round that you want to lose.
This could be 12.
This could be 12%. That is a bad round for Team Heretics to lose. Those are the rounds that Sentinels have been winning all
मैं
of
पानी
them
लेके आता
to
हूँ,
get
ठीक है?
to this point here. It's been these big swing rounds where
आइडिया आई है
not
ना
only
मैच
do they
देख।
win, but they're at their
बात तो
disadvantage.
ठीक है भाई, स्काउट भी गया भाई
Economy,
मैच
they're
देखने।
playing with classics, popping
Scout
whatever
भाई।
ultimates they could to make it work. Then, not only do they win that round, but they're also able to
मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, निंजा
following
डिस्कॉर्ड आ
round
रहा है क्या?
because just the economy on the other team isn't good enough to string together a proper buy. And here, a hero vandal for Riens. The rest of them budgeting themselves to play for that OT. They know it's potentially likely it's going to be a 12-8, and they're going to have to crawl back and bring it to 12-12, unless Riens goes huge.
He's the only one to watch here, really. I mean, Heretics are good with those sheriffs, but this is a lot to ask. Zekin set into motion off the back of Zelsis' utility, at least to try and test towards A-Long. It's currently where Boo is playing. You're looking for where Riens is.
डिस्कॉर्ड बना दिया। अरे वो वाला है, मतलब होता है ना, मतलब एक को सर्वर नहीं बनाया अभी।
Boo's not going to stick around much longer here. Can't really have that sort of fight.
या उसको बनाने में टाइम जाता है यार, वो टाइम एक दिन संडे को देखता हूँ मैं।
He's going to have to wall off one. Trying to hang on to that as long as he can.
Private वाला है।
Creeping up though. That gamble stack from Team Heretics still towards that C site here. Boo cannot instantly drop here.
निंजा भाई बंदी के साथ है भाई।
I mean, he's been able to back away at least. That's something.
Right here, revealing area.
I don't know how he's still standing. The support system's not moving. The rest of Heretics aren't falling for this, but it looks pretty much committed.
40 seconds left. Sentinels, all 5 players here. No real fallback
Is that a gap?
options.
No.
not
No,
enough
I
to
don't think
move
so. I
through.
don't think so.
But still, I mean, it's just too much of an order for Boo to get. Just a classic in hand.
I mean, it's not even the Sentinels one, so it can't do enough. But Boo somehow has played his life as best he could. Maybe hoping he'd deter them, maybe be enough to send them.
मैं भी तो
over
पहुंच
towards
जाऊंगा
Seagulls.
P2 उसमें क्या है
12 looking so likely as Heretics have to do that long rotate back. Every step arduous on the way. They cause chaos now though.
मैं तो अब रैंक पुश करने की सोचूंगा भी नहीं भाई
5 to find. So little time to do it. And away we go. Sarsi instantly gets Benji.
Oh, hello.
Hold on. Rien's
सफेद
still
कपड़ा
alive.
Maybe. Wingman still in play.
Time though, it's so low. Trying to swing off the back of the wingman. It was a nice idea.
अबे इसको बैरल भी दिखा था कूटी को फिर
The
भी ऊपर देख रहा
mastermind behind Sentinels. Not going to let this one slip. It's 12 in map 1 for Sen.
Rien's the man with the Vandal. Last to fall there. 10s, 27 kills.
Huge.
Multiple times he's had his
मैं तो 30 बॉम्बर मारेगा क्या टेंस भाई
highlight how he's getting to these kills. It's not like he's sitting in the back waiting for things to happen. He's
I love the
getting in their
composure.
faces.
Oh, he's an instigator.
Yeah, he understands his mission right now. Yes, he's Omen. Yes, he's on those smokes, but he's getting in the faces of Team Heretics, not letting them have a chance to be able to get off their elaborate plans, disrupting them.
We go again, this time with guns though, but Lifeline starting to be flattened out a little bit here for Heretics. Held on 8.
We haven't seen a change up from Team Heretics' game plan yet. Same players,
सासी
same
को
spots,
किसने मार दिया
lockdown in play as well. That's going to help with the retake if they need it. But gambling towards the C site, Sentinels has been so good with their audibles. Once they get certain information, they know when to pivot away. They know how to use that time, squeeze out the last second. Zekin coming into Garage. Benji.
And Benji's been having a nightmare this series, fair to say. But this time he's saved by Whoop. Second goes down, and now they can maybe live for another second or so. But it's Zeltas to trade out, at least take away the first. But Tens then takes strides towards
Leviathan के साथ है बे
and the man behind it, Rien just falls. And Tens is just on an absolutely
दोनों भाई दोनों तवाई
29 kills. And now Mini Boo and Boo, brothers in arms, might have to watch map 1 slip between their fingertips now. Forced to fight forward and forced to fall. It's all on Boo in a 1v4. Map 1 surely sitting with Sentinels. What more were you ever meant to do against this side? Map 1 is in the books. You put them on a big stage, they just keep stepping up.
Great performance from Sentinels there, and Team Heretics trying to change things up with their agent composition, throwing in that icebox pick as well for that map too. So what have they cooked up there? They need to slam back as hard as they can if they want to be able to stop Sentinels here and go into that third map as well.
Trade in any phone in any condition guaranteed and get $800 off the new Galaxy Z Fold 6. Only on Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.
भाई ईडीजी ने तो बैन जो कमबैक मारा था भाई, गजब गजब कमबैक था, गजब। भाई तारीख को 107 वो लाख बहन तो 1 लाख लोग देख रहे भाई। अभी तो टाइम है। एक गेम बजा दूँ क्या? एक टीडीएम खेल लेते हैं, इतने आता है इतने, एक टीडीएम बजा देते हैं।
Match found.
Match found.
They have no idea how heartless I am.
सोवा कौन लेता है भाई टीडीएम में? अरे यार रीपर भाई जल्दी पिक कर लो भाई, कहाँ जो टाइम वेस्ट कराएगा ये। चलो चलो चलो, यहाँ पे जुड़ जाएगा एक और एजेंट वाइस। इसने चैंप्स लिया, इसने चैंप्स लिया, जेट ने भी चैंपियन लिया, मैंने नहीं लिया। ता ता तारा रा तारा तारा।
Put that wall up, send Carnalito, just get the spike down. But as you're saying, Mimi, once Sentinels got to the key happening, they cannot allow them to get to those positions.
Was mainly their on.
भेड़िया। किसका गेम क्रैश हो गया भाई? Go go go. आओ पीछे आओ पीछे आओ, ये देखो।
Let the killing begin.
ओ भाई केजे की टर्रेट भी है। मर पे क्या नाइस रिपार। ओ मुझे मेरे को तो हील मिल गई ब्रो। बेला चाओ जानो। अबे आ ही नहीं रहे भाई, डर गए, फट गई। वो हो हीलिंग गोइंग बेबी, ब्लड लस्ट गोइंग ब्रो। क्या बात कर रहा है, ब्लड लस्ट, इट्स जस्ट अ कंप्लीट ब्लड लस्ट ड्यूड्स, इट्स अ फकिंग ब्लड लस्ट ब्रो। ये लाने दो यार मेरे को भी। हाँ मारा तो नो मार। कहाँ से मारे? करती जानो। ए ये कहाँ बैठा है भाई, मेरे को बताओ ये भांडू है कहाँ? ये जेट भैंचोद कहाँ है, कहाँ है ये? इसको मारो, इसको निपटाओ भाई। 65 नियॉन फकर्स भाई, 11 मार के लगे मजाक से हट के। अरे यार आई एम बैक भाई, मैं भी बैक। इतना सेकंड मैप चलता है, इतना सिंपल है। ये चलाओ, एक गेम बजा दो। It's just that simple bro. अरे कैसे भाई? एक वीडियो देखने गया था। कौन सी वीडियो देखने गया था? भाई कैसे भाई क्या हो रहा है ये गेम? दिस इज अ शिट गेम ब्रो। ये ले दो। You disappoint me, Neon. भाई 4 गोली बची हैं बस। अच्छा अपना भाई नहीं रे, गोली खत्म। हो गया भाई 120। मेरा 20 मार रखा हूँ मैं, मुझे थोड़ा सा हेल्प चाहिए रे बाबा। Okay, they're beating the shit out of us right now. यार मैं डिसमिस करना था यार जानो हो दिला चाओ अपने आप पे फ्लैश करके ठन पे पाला bro what the fuck are you doing boys Asian motherfuckers what the fuck
Parasite.
वो 60 to 138 are you talking to me हाँ भाई बोलो
Cutting their vision. Not ready yet.
Gotta go.
legit shit was so good पता नहीं भाई चलो जीजी
Middle trying to take out
चल गया अबे Heretics 2 राउंड जीत भी गए
if they make a pressure towards B Benji can catch players in the back on that rotation even this kill on this turret might stir a reaction 40 seconds though time's getting low Team Heretics is needing to hit soon
Yeah, Zels is the one to be pulled away. That might be the best that they can hope for. So now, Heretics have to play forward.
They're
going to have to take that
space,
take that fight. Take the bull by the horns and Sarsi overwhelmed. But the backbone stands. Tens again with 2. Zelsis makes it back towards the site. He handles business, leaving Benji in a 1v3. But he does have a rifle. How far does Benji go on this? Let's look. 10 seconds. He ain't got much of a time to play with. No. Well played by Sentinels to hold that back of the site securely. Again, a bonus round though for Heretics, so they can go for those riskier choices.
A little bit of decent damage, but Sentinels again sticking to their guns. Once they've decided that their feet are firmly planted in this position, they're chill. And a reason for that, especially in a matchup like this against Team Heretics,
that's the round we want though, boys. That's the round we want.
Those audibles. Once they show that they want to go somewhere, they wait, they recharge.
अरे Sentinels से जीतेगी भाई.
It's very rare that they actually try to pivot and go somewhere else. So Sentinels have them read, decide to sit there and stick to their guns. And hey, it's working for them.
Now we get into the real meat of it though. This is the fun part. Ten still controlling, trying to set up Zelsis this time. Love the unison between these two. Synergy is fantastic.
A little bit of fake pressure towards A, Team Heretics, getting that control. Also, slipping the gap at B, but Boo, he's the first point of contact here and going down. That means they lose the wall. Needing to use middle now if they want to be able to close out this round, or when they go B, they can't instantly go for that plant. They got to take that space, look for another duel. This next fight, John QT, how do you play this?
And Zelsis is getting closer though. Yeah, he's still a little bit worried about middle, but again, he could bank on that turret, maybe a touch, but still. This is John QT, potentially isolated. Got to be careful, not outstays welcome. A risk too far. Normally quite the mastermind, quite a diligent player, but that felt desperate, even at a man advantage.
And Rians just picked up the ultimate orb just before that spike got planted. He's got his ultimate. Spike not planted for that mid flank this time. So B main is the main point of contact.
Thunder breathing first
Vipers out.
This is the start, a tap on the spike. And Zelsis is looking to close the gap, but it's Miniboot on to back.
Hey, ये क्या swing है?
Takes down Miniboot and another go on the spike here. One to get half. Anyone going to deal with this? Anyone going to swing on this one? Finally, they take it away, but the defuse is happening. Oh, that was so close. And again, he has to try and close the gap, but there's nothing more.
अरे मैं भूल गया बे Zenitsu. Zenitsu का.
no other word to describe it than a fumble. And those types of rounds, if Sentinels is able to steal it away, that is when they start gaining that momentum. And right here, you can see the body language on the players of Team Heretics, how Boo is talking to the team, the rest of the team, not animated, quiet. It's just crazy. A gift from John QT, peeking from Snowman.
Gustavo,
5 versus 4.
I love that
Got
sacrification
that one
from you.
way
Good job.
or that retake. They don't even have that in play, and they still close it out. Team Heretics needs to do better.
They might just get punished here. Look at Zekken, Outlaws out, and you can look at the light shields. Struggling financially, Heretics.
This Outlaw is going to be devastating. Riens, he had full HP. He has that Vandal, or had it.
Beast breathing.
Pass around a little bit to Miniboo in this situation right now.
अरे वो है ना वो बेंच बोर kid.
On this stack, they have that lineup beyond Zekken. He's on top. No threat. Alarm bot, turret, active. Zelsis pivoting, ready to be that 4th player on that A site, and this triangle setup again from Sentinels. We see them stick to these types of setups, and yes, they have this pop flash as well. So as soon as this execute comes in from Team Heretics, they're going to use that orb. They're going to place the shocks, the Viper's Molly, the Wingman's going to come in.
Oh,
wow.
That first kill though.
That's huge. That's his ult now. He can cycle that rifle back, but Ten stands in their way. Does he commit to this angle? How long does Ten stay in the danger zone here? Still playing up towards those rafters. Miniboo waiting, but the flash is perfect. It's on the money. And
Tens नहीं मान रहा भाई. Tens. Fuck off, bro.
Big players making big plays in big games, and now Benji.
भाई.
But die. The ace taken away, but who cares?
Tens. Grown man plays right there. His team's backing out. They play their retakes all the time by waiting and slowly getting a concave, crushing their opponents. But here, he's like, dude, you saw me on Haven. I don't care. He walks out. One at a time, just deletes them from the server.
The Terminator's in the server!
Yeah, not wrong, not wrong. There's something about Tens when he gets on stage, is give the man a crowd. He deserves it. And an instant pause from Heretics. There's blood in the water. There is blood in the water. And Sentinels are circling. It is worrying. Because for this roster, at least in my mind, for this composition to work as well, you have to be confident, selfless if you're Miniboo as well, taking this space, getting those reads. But we've seen issues here, Josh. They look a little bit shaky in certain areas. Those post plants being pressured in really uncomfortable ways. It looks like they're letting this slip a little.
This might be one of those situations we've talked about before with Heretics, is that they do have a pretty young roster. And you know, in EMEA we talked about it as well, where they have issues getting past that finish line. We've seen it in multiple different instances this year so far. We saw it in kickoff, how they fall to KC. We saw it in stage 1, they lose to Fnatic. We see it at an international event, they lose to Gen.G. So all these situations, it's like that last little hump to get over. That's where they crumble, and it can be to the confidence, it could be to the nerves and the pressure of the stage. It could be that they just unravel when they lose a bad round. They can't rebound mentally, but they need to get focused here, because right now, Sentinels, especially Tens right now, is having a game.
And you talk about momentum, you talk about confidence, you talk about that X factor. Rounds like that are what we mean. These players on Sen can give you them. Now Heretics can as well, but they've got to start now. This could be the fatal blow. They could start at a scoreline like 3-2. Feels almost innocuous at times, but it could be so deadly. As Heretics look for a change, look for a switch up, but it looks like Sentinels have the read. And they got the kill. Riens goes down. Handled in middle and sent back towards spawn.
5-man reclear. They have the great retake ultimates. Lockdown. Tens has his ultimate as well to turn off all the abilities. Team Heretics trying to do so much by getting up middle. With that extremity pressure, Benji and oh no, he goes down 2. The timing from Saucy, 5v3. Team Heretics, like right now, you don't really have any options on this late flank around the world as well.
And the Terminator's closing in. Hunter's Fury's there, just going to secure safety. And they're running out of options. This map is just closing in on them. You're banking on Boo here. Now John QT made a little bit of an uncharacteristic mistake last time. This time I doubt it. And Zekken getting curious.
That's a big swing right there, Boo. John QT,
Viper. An opportunity missed and a lifeline made for Boo. The lockdown's there, 15 seconds. I don't know what they're meant to do here. The plant's at least in, but they have to fall so far back. Zelsis already going to find Miniboo, and the other two trying to cross, and Zelsis takes them down. This is just going from bad to worse for Heretics, and the uphill swing for Sentinels is here.
That was off the back as well. Team Heretics taking that timeout, coaches getting involved, calling this play. Everything was about that three-man pack in middle, cause enough of a disruption, get the kills, get that map control to make Sentinels feel very uncomfortable. But what happens is a five-man reef there from Sentinels, get that kill, find Benji lurking through that A site, and are able to just close it out. Team Heretics, all they have to rely on are those set plays, the plans from the start of the round, their adaptations, calling those pivots on audibles in these mid-rounds, non-existent.
It's got to start now for Heretics. You wanted a chance to make it to the finals. Here in the likes of Champs, you have to take on teams like this. There are no weak links anymore. There are no easy games. And right now they're suffering under that scrutiny. Sentinels at the helm of it, but it's not over. 2 rounds to work with, and Heretics need to pick up now. Show me that grit. Show me what you can do here. Enough respect being shown, but I'm looking at a flash in hand potentially. A pre-take, no. Just the nade so far. The Sentinels wait on the verge.
Team Heretics, do you stay in? Do you give the same medicine back to Sentinels, block them from getting out the choke points, or do you retreat back to main? They're retreating right now. It's only Miniboo in the site.
He's got so much weight on his shoulders. All of EMEA trying to put their faith in this team, and they're being melted to pieces. TenZ takes away Miniboo. Now you're looking at the back lines. Where's that util coming from? Zekken doesn't care. He's already taken away Woot. They're capitulating. They're falling here. Heretics need to make a stand. A miss of the utility, and Zekken runs.
भाई पीछे रहोगे नहीं होगा भाई. वो मौली भी मिस कर दी.
I need something. I need to see signs of life from Heretics.
Sentinels, they burned 2 on that Haven first half. 7 and 10 were the rounds that they called them in. Right now, are we going to see the same thing from Team Heretics? Just to get signs of life right now. 2 rounds are on the board for them. But
let's keep the same energy. We don't need more, we don't need less.
Sentinels on 5 in a row right now. Unbreakable at the moment, especially TenZ is going in. He has that killer instinct right now. He's hitting his shots and he's feeling confident. And when you have a TenZ that's hitting hard like this, that is scary.
You know you got held to
ये
pay when
क्लोज
that's
नहीं
happening.
जाने वाला आइस बॉक्स भाई. जिस हिसाब से चल रहा है ना वेंचर क्लोज तो नहीं जाएगा.
Breaks the trend. Sheriffs? A new idea from Boo, something, who knows? Again, you're going to start digging deep. These are the games that test you the most. As I said, 1 life left. You don't have a map to depend on to fall back on. You took a risk in the veto. I respect it. You took a risk with the compositions. I respect it. But then you got to stick the landing.
When Sentinels went up against EDG to get knocked down into this stage of the game, EDG disrespected Sentinels, got in their faces, did not let Sentinels come in on these retakes.
भाई लेविएटान के साथ होगा सेंटिनल का.
Respect the Sentinels, letting them go wherever they want. They get another A hit. Boo trying to get a lurk timing, but he's gonna get caught in the back in a second here.
Oh, and
wait.
Hello, Saucy hasn't turned. Suddenly, he's got a surprise. Saucy goes down and Boo's broken through, but there's a flank on a flank here. The turret does give it away. But still, do they even notice this when they've got 30 seconds for the Terminators here? He's still holding this one.
They don't know. They don't know.
भाई पागल हो गया ये टर्रेट बज रही है अलार्म बॉट बज रहा है साला कोई देख ही नहीं रहा है.
And look at the patience, look at the pedigree. He waits and he strikes, taking down Heretics piece by piece.
लेविएटान चैंप्स ट्रॉफी लेगी ना मुश्किल है.
Gonna be in tatters, Josh.
The crowd, the joy.
EDG लग रही भाई.
They're all unleashed right now. Such big plays from everyone coming into play. Boo thinks he's got them on the ropes.
EDG लग रही है भाई. EDG लेविएटान नहीं मुश्किल है.
One ups him, says, "Hey, you know what?
Yo, you like how we're on the same page? They're being,
Guess what? I'm right behind them. The trigger discipline on them too."
Hey, he's swearing. I did it.
Yeah,
well,
you
so
did,
look, we can share the fines. No worries. I mean, look, there's no two ways to say this. The scoreline almost feels.
सैन लेगी हो ही नहीं सकता.
it's where the 6 rounds have hit, and you were discussing it. Once we got into the buys, once we got into the
ये कल ही आ रहेगी लाइव से देख लियो.
Where the hell have Heretics been? We know they're good. I don't need to say it. I think all of us at home know that they are a great team, incredible individuals. They've been in finals. They've made it that far. Didn't quite get to touch that trophy, and again that elusive victory might evade them once more. And you can't discredit what Sentinels do. People have doubted them every step of the way here. Coming into this, I certainly did. I didn't think they were in form.
Yep.
And God, was I wrong. Jeez, they have absolutely run through regions at this point. They've
ना नहीं होगा. Leviathan easy win है Leviathan की कल.
It's time to respect them. It doesn't matter who they are or how they're performing. On the day, they turn the hell up. I don't know what Heretics are meant to do. I genuinely don't. This is the X factor. This is those unknown moments where you can't contain them. They've got ults though, Josh. They've got a buy.
ये देख योरू का mask.
What does Heretics do?
There's chances. Look, this half could end up 6-6, and that's respectable, right? But right now, Team Heretics, when they're given the site for free, they back off and let Sentinels create this concave move back in. But are we going to see another switch up here, another flash timing peak?
देखेंगे ज़रूर देखेंगे. पर कल यार BO5 है बहुत लंबी जाएगी भाई. 5 मैच.
This time though they stand, and they stand tall. Ults to work with. And if Sentinels stick around on the side too long, they could get punished because of that. Oh, the re-aggress from Zekken, I told you, they don't respect you. You got to bring them to heal. Zellsis is leaning forward.
पागल है क्या? अब तो थ्रो कर रहे हैं चूतिए.
Defending themselves. Sassy takes away Miniboo, but it's all Heretics thus far.
अब तो थ्रो कर रहे हैं ये.
Best look we've seen from them as to date.
Life still in them. A 4 versus 2. I've seen Sentinels win war like harder rounds to close out. So, but Spike being planted, front generator. This is going to allow them to play this actual safe fall back, play this post plan. But Heretics not knowing where they want to play. Do they want to play up? Do they want to play back? Sitting in maze, ready to strike on a timing. Wait for that wall to drop and do a triple peek, but here comes the molly. It's going to stall a little bit.
Not going to get it this time.
नानी के घर जा रहा है. ठीक है यार, सही है. सही वेकेशन है बहन. मौज है.
This time though, Heretics keep themselves secure.
Clean.
Safety. And you said it. 6-6 is a respectable scoreline. It can be achieved. There's nothing stopping them there. And they kept 4 alive. They kept some of these ults. This is a really clean, good, respectable round to walk away with.
Especially if they're able to pick up that second half pistol, there's suddenly a game on our hands, especially if it does end in a 6-6 or 7-5 scoreline here. So Team Heretics got to stay in the game mentally. And Sentinels, off the back of that Heretics timeout, decides, okay, you know what? They're probably going to call an elaborate play. Let's just walk up, try to fight. We've been winning our fights.
अच्छा इन्होंने आइसबॉक्स लिया ही क्यों? मेरे को तो समझ नहीं आया भाई. Heretics वालों ने इतना इनका अच्छा मैप है ही नहीं है. फिर भी.
No flash though. We're sitting Zellsis sitting on that or 10 sitting on that boiler, waiting for that molly to come into play to try to take out that defensive turret.
सबके पास 50 आर्मर है. आउटलो यूजलेस है.
Here, the timing, the molly gets thrown. 10's just left it. Now this turret's going to go down. This is going to cause pressure. Sentinels last time they went back together as 5 to
अभी सिलेक्शन चाहिए था.
They stick to their guns. They don't move.
इस डिसाइडर पे है तो यार पता नहीं लोगों ने ये क्यों लिया. इतना बेकार है इस पे. फिर भी
He's a lucky boy to be alive.
But again, Zellsis just fills the position at middle that the turret was holding.
And now you got to try and break through against 3. They're not going to respect you this time. They're still going to stand. They're still going to hold their ground. Do they back away because of the ult potentially, or do they double down?
This Thrash, if he gets it perfect, that maze and catches Zekken, there's a chance. But right now, it's another 3.5 players back on this A site for Sentinels. Team Heretics hasn't been able to break through like this before.
Oh, but Zekken still standing, still dangerous. He's been caught this time, detained. Zellsis gets Miniboo. What? How the hell did that happen? Lockdown's in play.
Miniboo कैसे मरा?
25 seconds here. What's the game plan? Trying to get a quick plant? Boo?
Boo, bro, what the fuck?
There's 15 seconds. Look at Tenz's position. Tenz is still here though.
Wait.
They have no idea.
Oh, boo!
Scares the life out of them. 5 seconds.
Boo!
Boo is still trying for the time.
Plant.
How close was that?
हो गया. 0.6. भाई क्या दिमाग लगाया बे? 2v1 3v1 ये तो लो है बेंजी.
Zellsis might undo it all. That's one. Needs two more. Benji down low. They're together. This. Oh! That could have been it. That could have been it. But it wasn't. Heretics stay alive. Clutching onto this game, clawing back into this game with 2 rounds now, back to back.
I've seen this before from Boo. When he has to put the team on his back, normally he's the in-game leader. You don't look to him to have these standout performances. You look to Benji, you look to Riens and Woot. But Boo, when his team can't find anything, he is the one that steps up. He is the one that has these big confidence plays. That was so risky, and it could have been so devastating for them. But instead, it's one of those high-risk, high-reward plays you need to do.
Oh, wait, JongQT's being
QT अकेला माँ भाई साहब.
He was on the hunt from the get-go, seeing JongQT. Vulnerability. The site should be theirs. Viper's Pit off the rip. The pace change is divine.
Ult जाएगा ही नहीं. What?
You heard it. Zekken popping the ult, still has the operator as well.
एक मिनट ये क्या ult है?
Josh.
You either have to go through the pit though on the outside part of the map, or you have to go into the alarm bot, the mollies, and the funnel. Going for those random spam shots. We've seen him line them up before, but he's popped his Blade Storm. They're going for the defuse.
Rattling off that 338. Zellsis is trying to take a step forward. He finds a target, and it's going to drop. And now suddenly they're in danger. Riens still has the ult. He might need to invest it sooner rather than later. And now there's problems. A tag on 2 maybe. Is that going to be enough to secure the kill? It is. But down to the same problems again. No! Heartbreak in the same fashion. Rinse and repeat.
GG.
Where when you're on that stage, you have the crowd going. You have all the comms, the chatter, the freaking out because you just got flanked in your Viper's Pit and you can't hear that the spike gets tapped. It gets to half before that 100 Shuri goes off, and if it stops them from getting it to half, maybe there's a chance. But again, Heretics falling back and failing. That Viper's Pit could have been on the spike. They could have kept so much pressure on Sentinels, but instead they peel off and Sentinels finds their way in again.
But it's glimmers, it's chances, it's the finest margins. But again, we were looking at the scoreline being close. Can they pick themselves up again? The Heretics have that in them, that grit to go again after being broken so beautifully by Sentinels.
It is an instant 5 versus 4 ultimates used. Can they make enough pressure here at A to make second budge? Can they find that opening pick again? But even if they do, they can't convert it. Sentinels has been winning every retake, basically.
Pressure.
Still, so many players. Sentinels loves this setup. 4 towards A. The retake on B, they have that Hunter's Fury as well if they need it.
Are they going to read this one, though?
Here comes the walk-in.
Timing now. Zekken waited. Double swing on it. He's lucky to be alive here.
The reaction from Sentinels, they weren't sure if they wanted to commit to the rotate or not. They're kind of in the middle.
Nah, नहीं हुआ अभी. Fake sell नहीं हुआ. Site आई नहीं हुआ.
It seems like it's just a ruse. It's going to be back to A. They're in the position. Tense still has a flash, and we've seen him in this position flying out.
30 seconds left.
If this isn't an indication that Heretics is committing here, I don't know what is.
20 seconds now. Denial on the side. It's getting down to the wire. 18 seconds. You're looking for the plant now. Counter 100 Fury. We're going to be seeing 13 seconds. Boo going to find the brain of tens, but still the plant going to come into play. Zellsis steps forward, loses his life. They're clawing in.
Plant कर दो, bro.
These plants are so close. Bloody hell, they are looking good here though. In the final moments, Heretics hold on.
क्या round है ये? क्या चूतिया चल रहा है?
But it gives them a chance, Josh. It's so small, but maybe, just maybe, it could be enough.
No mistakes from Team Heretics in this second half. They need to start with that pistol. Sentinels has been looking so good in so many instances, but a few big plays from Team Heretics is helping them stay in the game.
Yeah, this is game on here. There's a chance.
Let's go back, boys.
This is what it's about, those finest of margins. But still, we get to hear from some of my favorite people that there are. Petra and Amy from G2 are standing by with Jen to give us their thoughts.
Hi guys, Jen Lee here. I'm standing here with G2 Go since Petra and Amy. 안녕하세요. 이번에는 게임 체인저스 팀인 G2 고준의 페트라 선수와 에이미 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 G2가 사실 미국 회사긴 한데 G2 고준은 유럽 팀이거든요. 오늘 누구를 응원하러 온 건지 물어보도록 할게요. So guys, it's a little bit confusing. G2 Gozen, you guys are part of both regions, Americas and also EMEA. So who are you guys rooting for today?
For EMEA, actually, Heretics. Yeah.
Heretics를 응원한다고 합니다. You too, Amy, right?
Yeah, even though I love Sentinels, I need to support my EU brothers.
센티널스를 좋아하기는 하지만 그래도 헤리틱스를 응원하러 왔다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그러면은 응원의 한마디도 부탁해 보도록 할게요. So any fighting words for Sentinel? I mean Heretics. You know they need your good energy.
Yeah, I mean they need to step up their game, and comebacks can happen all the time. So go Heretics.
조금 더 열심히 해줬으면 좋겠지만 그래도 역전을 충분히 할 수 있을 것 같아서 헤리틱스가 힘내라고 얘기를 해줬는데요. Do we see a potential comeback happening? 역전할 수 있을지 에이미님한테 또 물어볼게요.
If they keep up their energy, they for sure can do it.
계속해서 좋은 기운을 한번 가져갈 수 있다면 충분히 역전할 수 있다고 얘기를 했습니다. 그러면 또 에이미님한테도 헤리틱스에게 한마디 부탁해 보도록 할게요. So any message over to the Heretics bros?
Sorry, what?
Any message over to the Heretics players?
You got this. Keep up the energy. Let's go.
열심히 해주시고 화이팅이라고 얘기를 했습니다. Thank you, Petra and Amy. 네, 이렇게 해서 페트라 선수 그리고 에이미 선수 만나봤습니다.
7-5. Heretics now have their work cut out. Sentinels, they have a map in hand. They've had the lead on the half here. They probably feel a little safer, but if you're Heretics, it's do or die, Josh. What do you do with this? 5 rounds here, you do the side switch.
भाई पिस्टल कंपलसरी हो गया पता है.
When we came into this series, we looked at that map.
पिस्टल जीतना कंपलसरी हो गया अभी यार.
Head scratcher. You think that they've cooked up something new with agents? They haven't. You think they've cooked up something new with game plan? They haven't. They've been looking shaky individually, not closing out the rounds that they should be. Mini Boo trying to find that early contact. He doesn't get punished. A 3-stack on Maze, a 4th player coming in.
Zelsis MVP? क्या?
The first of the door going to send Zekin away. Takes him down at 20, and they got to respect that. But they double down.
भाई 4 जने यहाँ पे.
In approach almost here. Held back. Currently towards Maze.
बढ़िया, पहला पिक मिला. दूसरा भी मिलने वाला था ऑलमोस्ट. ठीक है. ना ना. क्यों? अबे भूसड़ी के. पागल है यार, ये ऐसे क्यों पीक लेनी होती है, इनको नहीं समझ आ रहा.
That could have been heaven sent.
JohnQT down to 11.
Hell, this is just taking lumps out of each other.
भाई 3v3 है, winnable है.
The round slows down. Killjoy down for the defense. That's going to cause some pressure, some strain. Team Heretics though, they're moving together. They're reading this really well. They know exactly where Sentinels wants to go here.
Yeah, there was no finesse to the
QT
start.
एक साथ
Maybe
पे.
the end could be a little bit
John.
cleaner.
Look at that Viper Wall for the attack side. It's on that A site. They have nothing to
30
work with
seconds
here.
left.
भाई ये कौन सी स्किन है?
They need to move in so well together. But JohnQT, one shot, he goes down. Zelsis, 2 for him.
It felt like they're second guessing the drifting away, but maybe not. Maybe just the one man. Boo, the one who
ए छोटू, ओ बढ़िया. 1v3, chill. Time नहीं है.
Saucy has to go for this plant.
क्यों करने दिया plant? Seriously?
An opportunity made out of nothing. He's even evaded the jump spot,
बढ़िया.
which you don't get away from.
Pistol मिल गया.
Heretics holding this together.
Doable तो है.
Heretics did such a good job there. That first initial engagement towards top generator peeled off, realized they didn't want to overstay their welcome. Regroup to the back of the site, fight together. Benji out on his own. He was reloading his sheriff and his teammates weren't swinging with him. And it got a little bit dicey for a second there, but the recovery was good. And this timing of this orb, there's 20 seconds left when he pops that. That leaves them with 5 if they wait it out. So perfectly timed from Boo, getting that second. You're wondering, why did he not stop that plant? It's better to play that 3 versus 1 and secure that round than to go for stopping that plant. If Saucy wasn't committing to it, gets the kill on Boo, gets the plant, he has a 1-on-2.
Okay. Just classics. Send bundle classic, however, so a little bit risky, but should, by all accounts, be comfortable. And I've got to say, when it comes to Boo's performance,
Akela,
he's
yeah.
the one kind of anchoring this B side. He has been a safe pair of hands here. Really
Saucy down as well for 17.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful from Boot. Doesn't even
उसको भी पड़ी हुई
knows where to spam, knows what to go for.
Hacker
He plays his life well here. They'd love to take him away. He's not letting him.
Hacker
Again, backbone, safe pair of hands. He's the ice cold leader, and sometimes you need someone like that.
Rallying the team behind him. We talked about it before. 7-7 to the scoreline off the back of that pistol. Yes, they have both in this game to be able to keep them just barely alive. But, I mean, hey, Sentinel did that to them on Haven. So right here, this is where the...
पिलोले अबे वो दिखाओ ना ये मिनी बू उसको वो कर रहा था
They have these weapons. They get this bonus round going. Sentinels, what do you have in play? Because right now, maybe if you were thinking let's go B, guess
Okay,
what?
7-7 by round उन पे है अच्छे खासे 4 जने पे हैं
Unable to... He recalled it. I think he recalled it.
Yeah.
20-second cooldown.
Perfect. So you have to keep a little bit of an eye on it, but at least there's a chance. But it looks like the hit's coming in already. I'm looking at Rien's here. Does he get cleared?
Saw the setup from Sentinels. It was so strong.
Root though, high dizzy, and Mini Boo on the re-clear. Beautiful approach.
जैकन गया अबे क्यूटी गया उनके पास अब स्मोक्स नहीं है
John QC's having a nightmare.
No,
this
he's
map,
like 1 in
to be
12
fair.
right now.
Yeah, he's having a rough go of things, and we know what he's like. We know what he can do, but this hasn't been hitting for him, at least in this map. Zelsis, Saucy, and Tens left wanting here, barely making it past Maze at all, barely.
भाई उसने बहुत आगे पुश कर दिया तब उनको है कि अब वो रोटेशन तो नहीं दे रहे ए पे ही हैं इसलिए रोटेट ही नहीं कर रहे वो यहीं पे खड़े हैं
Garage jump spotting. Team Heretic stacked on the back of the site here, but Rienz goes down.
Hold on, you can't doubt him. Mini Boo could do really nicely. Oh, he absolutely can in unison with Benji, beautifully timed.
Heretic is collecting these rounds. Mini Boo standing up there as well, but the fashion that they're doing it, they're fighting together. They're making sure that they are in the same area. See this re-clear at Maze together with the Dizzy and the slide in. We're seeing this early aggression towards Pipes and Maze. We're seeing that there's so much confidence in leaving Boo on an island. He's doing a great job of surviving and getting kills through the walls as well. Right now, Sentinels pumps the brakes. Round 16. Let's take a timeout. We just lost our first gun round against their bonus. They're catching the lead now. What do we need to switch up here? What's been working for them and what's not been working for us? Well, John QT, I haven't really seen him have any impact.
यार 1-10 है John QT.
It is rare. And when we look at him and what he does, his impact as a player, he is able to close out rounds. But all of Haven, Tens is just in their faces, killing everyone before they can exit a choke point. John QT is not even needed there. So maybe he hasn't had a chance to warm up, but he's going into this game. He's taking these weird fights from Snowman in a man advantage situation. He's losing his duels. He keeps going for them. Very sloppy work. Maybe as an in-game leader, that's affecting him, and it's affecting how their game plans are, where they're going, the tempo and everything. Maybe he needs to lean on his teammates a little bit more. Zelsis is another very vocal player. He's doing really well right now on Killjoy. He's got 17 kills already. He's got a pretty good read of what's going on. He's in perfect positions all throughout that defense, pivoting.
Yeah.
Maybe lean on your teammates. Get them to chime in with a little bit of input of what you need to do to get through this. Tens picking up that's a Marshall. But still just as deadly as an outlaw sometimes.
Yeah, looking to scout things out. Benji, please.
छोटे रहने दे बेंजी Fortnite नहीं है ये
These are the dangerous rounds. When you play like Sentinels, this is the round that you don't want to lose. This happened on Haven as well.
Yep. This is when you play it by the book. You know what I mean? You cross the T's, you dot the I's. You're going through every protocol. Because there's certain teams that have such high potential for these rounds. I mean, even statistically. So I get a little scared. Certainly one of those. But we'll see. Understand Heretics are I guess not really going to be caught unawares by that. They should be very aware of it. Knife goes in, clears yellow, nothing there.
He's going to catch the timing, get the kill on Rienz. No.
Rice, look at this. Zelsis cracks it open. Does he get traded quickly? No, he's away like a thief for the night. He's out of there. They're doubling back though. They never broke the alarm bot either, so I'm surprised that they pulled so many players away of it, like from towards B.
This is a big gamble.
B क्यों जा रहे हो? भाई ना लाम्बो टूटा ना कुछ हो रहा है, bro. You B जा ही नहीं सकते तुम लोग.
is still there. He can get locked in off the back of that.
Do you ever feel like you're watching
गया ये round,
potentially
bro.
happen? I feel like
या
this
तो
could be
proper
happening.
retake लो. बहनचोद ऐसे fight मत लेना.
Rotation from Minibu. There's still support here. 10 seconds. Gotta wait for the plant. They're not gonna go ahead of this. Question mark. They shouldn't go ahead of this. Okay, there we go. Woot keeps himself calm. And now I'm looking to see if that lockdown
आने
is
दो.
in play. No, Zelsis still one off from that. Minibu backs off. Zelsis is your danger man. Does he switch that rifle out? He does. Zekken with the armor. With a full HP, high dizzy, and suddenly you're under the gun. You're under scrutiny. And you're put 10 feet under by JongQT and a ghost. He wants more. He gets more. I told you it was a disaster. And we just witnessed it.
बहनचोद इनकी wall इनको ही खा गई.
JongQT, the closer. Zelsis getting up Maze, finding that gap when Rienz was on the drone, dodging it, taking him out, getting that Phantom. And it's again, those are the rounds you cannot lose to Sentinels. That is what gets them in the game. That's what kills your entire confidence.
Momentum, everything.
It's gone. It's dried. And Sentinels runs with these rounds. We talked about JongQT.
Welcome back to
he
me.
was at
I
one
was
kill.
a bit late.
3 kills on that round to take him to 4. Sentinels. Oh man, that is a must-needed round.
That could be the swing. Will that be the one? We're still all even. How is that mental for Heretics now, though? This is when it brings it into question. And they feel that pressure. When you make mistakes, Sentinels, as I said, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, they'll run with that.
B के बार spike है तो B आएंगे ना भाई.
At least to start with, want to see them remove.
B पे 3 हैं.
That's gone.
You can spread so much faith on Woot on this A site, even though he's got that Thrash bait setup, trying to come into play here. Boo wants to get behind Yellow, but knows once that knife or dart comes off cooldown, he can get caught. Zelsis has his lockdown off the back of that. It's going to be instantly invested.
Does Boo get out of here?
Benji stole that midline.
Okay. It still feels so tense. Boo. Scary way to play, and Sassy going to post this actually, one towards Snowman and kind of back towards middle. That's going to be Benji noted, but that's fine. That's not the end of the world. Minibu going to be held back as well. JongQT taking a chunk of damage here, but he takes one with him.
QT यार आ गया भाई वापस आ गया.
JongQT coming alive when they needed him, but middle's getting one out by Heretics. And now JongQT is not safe. Benji strikes back, and now a 2v3. Zelsis and Zekken though, some heavy hitters still here. They pop the ult on this one. Boo wants to try and keep this at least in their favor. So Zekken gets curious, takes a glance, and didn't see Benji. Zekken now spammy as Benji finds Zelsis. Zekken still stands and time is ticking. They got to get a move on. Zekken, can he connect here? Trying to get towards half. He's done so well!
आधा कर दिया.
Time is there. Diffuse is there.
Nice
and
retake.
Heretics take back the lead.
Close round. Both teams giving it their all. And I swear, you mention his name once, and he's just like, what? Did someone call my name?
Summoned.
JongQT
Summoned.
in their faces. This is what Tent was doing on Haven, just getting in their faces, lining them up and taking them down. But right now, you're right, Team Heretics does take the lead. Sentinels doesn't have the great economy, but either team does. These teams come down to the wire with one alive at the end.
It's round by round.
It's not even that, it's that it could be a big one round. It can be the difference of 2 or 3 rounds.
ये important round है.
Minibu going down early here. This is not the round to go aggro, not off the back of a win, not when your teammates have $0, 100 on Boo. Right
ये
now,
important round था यार.
split apart. Team
Minibu
Heretics, they
बना
can
रहा
switch up
है.
their setup. They wanted to go aggressive on B. They put Benji on A. That Viper's Pit on JongQT though, I look to that. If he gets in their faces, pops that towards screens, doesn't enable Team Heretics the ability to even get out the choke point. What do? But Benji, he's got a lockdown of his own. He needs to use it.
Rienz, mechanical monster. The Zekken's in. Rienz doing the dance, trying to
Playing
find
with
him.
fire.
It looks like a 2v1 right now, but Benji's the one to catch him. So the Zelsis on top of the site. The
GG.
lockdown, you got to evacuate quickly. You got to respect it. And Benji going to backfill the space. Puts his body on the line now. Oh, he's creeping towards Maze. But Tens knows this. But does he know who's up against?
Oh, Benji!
Could have closed it down, but it's a 1v1. Boo's been the backbone, but Zelsis could break it. 30 seconds, Spike is there.
दो गोली.
Zelsis clearing corners, and now he knows Boo gonna just slip away, try and play the timing a touch. 5 bullets to play with.
वहाँ पे टरेट है, बहनचोद क्रॉस नहीं कर सकता। ना 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 बेंजी भाई निकाल गया भाई। भाई अभी से गया लड़ लग जाएंगे।
Over right there, that's huge. A 4 kill, almost ended up with that ace as well. Just couldn't connect, and
those moments.
These rounds are so.
Oh भाई Real Madrid की फैन गया मैच।
From Rian's realizing the economy situation from Sentinels here. Zekin also Bladestorm.
Still buy है भाई।
Scrutiny themselves, Sentinels.
कितने बचे हैं? 1100 1300 सब पे भाई आएगा, अगले राउंड भी आएगा।
Any situation is still winnable, it's still doable. The caliber between these two teams is off the charts. So for now, let's look at the opening approach here.
Sentinels talked about how good they are with those audibles, with those adaptations on the fly. But right now, they're not showing us anything new. They're not really using mineral that often. They're not even breaking that turret or alarm bot. Benji stealing that space again. So Sentinels, all this work and effort to steal this space, to pressure Team Heretics to use that.
Reans, बेंचोद आगे क्यों खेल रहा है आउटलो लेके?
They don't even need a budge.
Heaven वेवन जाना।
Off that sound cue, off A site, B site. Oh hey, you guys are split. Cool. I'm gonna go take out your turret, create some more pressure on you guys. And here, Sentinels, we're regrouping right now, all of them together. We're needing Zelsis in mid for that late flank. But
भाई बी जा रहे हैं।
Miniboo, he's just on the edge here, so we can dodge and knife here, and then get back behind yellow.
See,
it's a flash and dash.
Yeah, flash. No dash on the follow-up. Miniboo's still here, and Boo's gonna find Zekin. Oh wait,
बेंचोद!
what is going on here? Miniboo, the surprise of their life.
Oh भाई।
Zelsis makes his appearance, but he's got an uphill struggle.
टेंस आ गया, ये पता ही नहीं किसी को। टाइमिंग। चक्कू, दूसरा चक्कू भाई। पैर तो जेल साले। Oh my oh my disrespect बोल दे भाई।
Always the one giving it large. And now there's a timeout.
A much needed timeout as well. Looking at round 20. They're down by 3. Team Heretics. This is a very close scoreline to what we saw in the last game as well. And keeping in mind, Sentinels won both pistols in that last map. Now, Team Heretics, they win both pistols. They have the lead. They are on the cusp. Sentinels stringing together these buys, but still, we talked about how good they are.
बाय कर रहे हैं एंटोनी।
Manipulating their positioning on the defense.
ये इनका लास्ट बाय राउंड है। अगर इन्होंने सेव करना है ना तो यही होगा भाई। सेव कर नहीं सकते। ये इनका लास्ट बाय राउंड है। अगर ये हारे जीजी।
It was so good. I was wondering, like, wait, they don't know you're here and you're using your wall and everything. They still come out on top of the situation. But still, Sentinels need to do something a little bit different. This timeout from the coach. Maybe he gets involved. Maybe he tells them which parts of the map to utilize a little bit more. Because Team Heretics, they're just locking it down 2-1-2.
They are, and they are in control of this. We are at the heart.
ये आखिरी बाय राउंड है देख 0 400 200 950 100 आखिरी बाय राउंड है। कोई अल्ट आ रहे हैं दो ठीक है। इनके पास भी अल्ट आ रहे हैं भाई। तगड़ा होने वाला ये गेम।
They took it with both hands. Tournament life is on the line.
आउटलो है किसी पे ना? आउटलो होती तो मजा आता।
Going after this, you don't win, you go home. That's it. And for Heretics, it came down to this map.
बी पे है, पूरा स्प्लिट है। सेम वही खेल रहे हैं 2-1-2।
8-11. Heretics do have the upper hand, but a timeout comes. Does it answer their problems?
इतनी जल्दी नहीं।
Find solutions. They're trying to isolate Boo at the start here. He's not going down though. He's playing a really balanced game. Zekin, no. Still wanting to follow up. And he's got support.
Waiting for that flash.
अर्ली इन्फो इस बार दी नहीं है इनको। हेरेटिक्स वालों को।
The 3-man stack though. Does one play anti? Anticipating. They have to read again.
आया।
Dash, we're away. No one playing anti, and the body's going to.
अबे Zekin?
Something went wrong. Something went wrong mechanically on that one. Mouse problem, don't know.
कुछ तो हुआ। माउस डीसी हुआ उसका।
That's horrific. That could be a mental breaker too. We'll come back to that. For now, it's a 4v4.
उसका माउस डीसी हुआ भाई।
Could still give them the golden path here to go ahead. He's got help as well. Sarsi's with him. Trying to clear some of this utility. Benji on the back.
Benji! Fuck off, bro.
His footing here. A quiet series until now. We saw him pick up that 4, almost 5 earlier on. And 10 struggling to find safety.
भाई गया यार वो 10 से बढ़िया क्यूटी यार नहीं उसका माउट डीसी हुआ बे ये चुतिया पे बे ना ये इको आ गया अब इनका भाई टेक पोज आएगा अभी हाँ
I've had that happen to a teammate. They swiped so much and it went off the mouse pad. I've seen sensor issues. I've seen everything. But right now,
हुआ क्या ये अबे बहन से बता दो ना हुआ क्या है टेक पोज नहीं आया तो उसने कुछ क्या किया उसने
normal game plan they have is waiting for everyone to group, then doing the retake together.
यार बुलडॉग्स हैं
they're taking these tools, they're disrespecting Sentinels, and that's exactly the name of the game. That's what EDG did to send Sentinels down here. Now Team Heretics taking a page out of their book, getting a little bit loose, winning the duels, feeling
ज़्यादा फ्लिक कर दिया क्या ज़कन भाई.
And again, another 3-man stack here on that B site for Team Heretics. Another good read. A site completely undefended right now. Lockdown, Counter-Strike in play if they need it for that retake.
Looking at Ten's result as well, though. That's huge.
And Saucy.
Clear हो गया. भागो ए. भागो.
Bookend, really. Start and end.
We get to see a lurk this time. John QC, like we haven't seen them go through mid yet.
Start the round now with commitment.
Turret है. Alarm bot भी है.
This sets John QT up. This could be massive.
Benji!
That could be so much. That could be near on.
ले गया. रेस हो जाएगा वो तो खैर छोड़ो.
It's falling for Sentinels.
पर अल्ट गया.
That grit, that determination we asked for, but the Reds comes in. He's back on his feet.
Zelsis पे अल्ट आ गया, सासी पे अल्ट है. विनेबल राउंड है भाई.
Zekken on the site has to play this smart. Benji with the lockdown.
ये तो टूट गया.
He's not moving. He's not moving though.
Low
He's still
था ना.
standing. They're still fighting. Zekken trying to back away here. He has to respect this to an extent. Wood trying to play forward.
अरे!
Lockdown destroyed. And now we got the pressure building here. How much?
बढ़िया सासी. What?
That's how much. Zekken still going. Sassy taking them away. And down is on Zels. It's on Zekken here, and it's all on Boo on the other side. Maybe 9 is calling Sentinels his name. As Boo knows he's out of time, and he's not running away from that.
बढ़िया राउंड भाई, बढ़िया राउंड भाई. उसने फ्लैश में कैसे मारा? But Zekken ने.
Yep, big. Keep them into this next round. Map point for Team Heretics to even up the series 1-1. Huge impact, opening duels for Benji.
If John QT got away with that, you thought that could be totally different.
Right. But so far, so many rounds, Team Heretics is finding that first kill and converting it. And even the rounds that they haven't, when Miniboo died on that garage push at pushing
comeback starts here, whether it's this map or the next.
Converted. Zekken looks like mentally he's rebound from whatever happened.
Yeah. Shows a great deal of wherewithal, even for a young player like him.
Good info for Team Sentinels. I wonder if Team Heretics uses that to kind of get in front of.
उन्होंने भी सारे अल्ट ले लिए भाई, कोई अल्ट नहीं है अब किसी का. अबे पे भी है, रीड हो रहा है भाई, तगड़ा रीड हो रहा है.
Sitting deeper by Snowman, seeing a little further back, but still they've conditioned them to have to clear yellow like this. They have to invest, show their hand early.
Securing that Snowman control,
rotation हो रही है
for the rest of his team to be able to come through middle, through kitchen, through that hallway, and come in for this retake. But we see this. Sentinel still hasn't even broached the site yet. It's a 5v5 right here. Benji listening for the callback.
Oh, गया Benji गया. ना Zelsis गया.
Benji rewarded, takes away Zelsis.
आ गया. GG.
Heretics holding on here.
Map 3 भाई. अब इस भाई Heretics के chances बन गए बेंचो.
If they stand, I'm not going to call it done just yet, but Heretics have done everything we asked of them. They've walked.
Tens आ गया
है. Back from the brink, back from disaster.
गया timing.
More bodies to drop. Sassy and John QT in their way of opening up that third map.
GG भाई.
To keep hope alive here for the Heretics side.
5v2 है यार, बहुत मुश्किल है.
Desperate to find fair fights, you're not going to get them. John QT has to face the music, has to wait for map 3 to try and turn their fates.
GG.
Heretics, they've given us a game.
Team Heretics
गए भाई।
delivering the goods. They pick ice
पूरे
bombs.
chances
The
हैं भाई
worst
Heretics
map
से जीतने के।
statistically.
पूरे
They
के
come back
पूरे
into
chances
this
हैं।
with just intensity.
अबिस आ गया ना, इन
We
पे
haven't
मोमेंटम
seen
भी
a
है।
side of them getting in their faces.
बहुत चांस है भाई
This is it. They're
सेंटिनल्स
back
के
alive.
बाहर
It's
होने के।
game on. We've got
बहुत
match
ज़्यादा।
three, and God did this game deserve it.
क्या कमबैक मारा भाई, मजा आ गया, मजा आ गया भाई।
Red Bull gives you wings.
माउस डीसी हुआ नहीं, उसका तो चुतियाप हुआ वहाँ पे, पता नहीं क्या हुआ। I'll be back boys. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
This elimination game is going the distance, and I'm now joined once again by me, Josh, and Josh. Totally not confusing whatsoever. I mean, we were talking about this before, Josh, that at one point it felt like Sentinels could just close us out 2-0. What happened?
It looked very much like they were in the lead. I think the score was somewhere around 6-2, and I genuinely feel like Team Heretics just woke up. They started playing incredibly well. They got a clutch in a really important position, and they turned the game completely on its head.
Yeah, I mean, a huge step up from a guy like Benji Fishy as an individual, and also from the Boo brothers having some great moments throughout this one. I think their defense looked really solid, especially having a lot of these ideas for the fast re-clears off that Neon stun, off that slide, looking really well executed and so much more comfortable than the start of that map.
I think this next round is the one that changed it though. Boo detained in a corner, able to kill a couple of players, time super low on the clock, 6-3. This is where the game actually turned on a dime, right there.
Yeah, they did, and Josh, why do you think the Sentinels weren't able to capitalize on the lead that they had and allowed Heretics to get back into the game?
Honestly, it came down to the second half where on Sentinels attack, I feel like they didn't do enough to provide that misinformation, to pull the rotates away from their ending site. So I think Heretics' defense just proved too much for them.
Yeah, and how exciting was this round 19 2v4?
I mean, that's when you get like the two young aimers just cracked out of their minds, just holding it down in that one spot, getting 3 kills. Benji Fishy, he's just phenomenal.
They don't lose those.
Yeah.
No, they really don't. And I think that Team Heretics are a team that in a lot of ways are known for the set plays, for the early ideas there, but I think have really proved a lot of the depth and also just the ability to pull off these incredible hero moments, which on map 1 of this series, we're so often going the way of Sentinels. Think about how many rounds TenZ was winning with a 2K, with a 3K. Bringing that energy back for a player like Benji, for a guy like Miniboo, who honestly looked down on himself in parts of map 1, is so big for them to stay in this series.
I said at the beginning of this match as well that they had to shut down Zekken. On the attack side, this tournament, Zekken's got 61% first kill win rate. At the moment, he's 2 for 6. So 2 out of 8 on the attack side for his first kills. And actually, the player that's impressing me the most is Riens from Team Heretics. And he has been all tournament. He's putting up an incredible tournament. He's there, trading people out, getting the kills, putting out the work, 140 ADR. He's there always when his team needs him, trading out in the proper positions, always playing well.
Yeah, this team is playing from more 4v5s than anyone else in the tournament because they're really willing to risk Miniboo's life for him to just send it in. And that means you need great players on the trades as that second entry. And Riens has been providing that so well all event.
Yeah, I mean, you know as well as anyone how important and how impactful it is to have a supportive player that's this reliable.
Yeah, for sure. Like he's getting information at the right times at a site. He's calling for Miniboo to run over or look for the flood, and he's just scrappy as well. Like he's willing to take that duel and that fight, and that's the name of the game. They won at A so many times that Sentinels were forced to just take a look at B, but they didn't do enough to manipulate them at all, and so yeah, their defense won out.
And for both him and Wout, the other Turkish player on this team, this is their first year playing in Tier 1 in VCT, now in the top 4 of champions and a map away from staying alive and continuing this lower bracket run.
Yeah, let's talk about that map as well, because it feels like teams are using Abyss as kind of a risk, or maybe they have something on it that we don't know about, because we haven't even seen Sentinels as Abyss at all.
No, we have no idea what Sentinels are going to be running. I mean, unless you've scrimmed against them, Josh.
Maybe I have.
Oh,
maybe I have.
Oh, okay.
What did you think of it?
It's like looking at a mirror.
Right.
Whoa. All right, I mean, maybe they changed things up. They've had a little bit of time. Who knows?
I feel like in any situation, you would want the map to be match tested before you bring it out. In an elimination stage to get to the lower bracket final, at Champs, for God's sake.
It's a risk.
It's unbelievably risky, and against a team that I think is pretty happy playing Abyss, even though they got destroyed by DRX. They're not a bad team on that map, Team Heretics.
I feel like we don't read too much into that match because DRX are just the best Abyss team.
Yeah, they looked excellent in that game. So this is definitely going to be a tough opponent for Sen to go up against. And Josh, can you speak to that? The difference between playing a comp and thinking something's working really well in scrims and then actually going and testing that in a big match like this?
Sometimes you just don't know until you're actually there. Like what you can do as a coach is just give them the protocols, get the reps in, just so that they can have an understanding of how to play those situations that you will commonly see. But you never know with Benji Fishy just locking it down, or Wout finding those entries along with Miniboo. So we'll see how it goes.
I will say that these two gentlemen on your screens, Weber and Neil, they are prep heavy. They love watching everything anti-stratting. They come up with all sorts of things, but there is nothing to anti-strat. There is nothing to prepare. And Josh, what do you do in those situations?
Like I said, you just have to rely on your own team's protocols for this. We'll just have to rely on like how can you solve this comp's problems, and we'll see how they do it in their first gun round.
Sentinels, though, have been really excellent at finding those adaptations when Kaplan calls that timeout, and also when Jung QT is just making a lot of these ideas on the fly. I think if you're looking just at like the pure ability to adapt and come up with new plans, Sen has looked better than that this event overall than Team Heretics. But Heretics in that last game showed a real ability to bounce back, and they're going in with a comp, with ideas that are already match tested.
And I feel like to a degree, DRX have done a lot of that homework already for Sen. We saw what they did against Booze, Astro and stuff, and all of the pro spawns that they were able to bring out. Sideshow, there are ways to take on this Heretics comp.
There definitely are ways to do it, but you have to be comfortable in your own play before you can start taking down another team's play. And that's what concerns me here with Sentinels. You think about the journey that both of these teams have been on. They've been in big grand finals before. Madrid for Sentinels, where they won, Heretics, most recently in Shanghai too. But right now, it's an unusual spot for both squads. They're in a situation that, like Celsius said, they didn't think they would be in the lower bracket, and now Sen are playing a map they haven't played before.
Yeah, Josh, what are your thoughts on this comp?
I think they just copied from the best, DRX.
Yeah, they just yawned what they were doing?
Yeah.
It's gonna work here, you think?
Yeah, I favor the KO a little bit more than the Gecko here. Sova's a must pick. The Omen can be kind of funky with like the one ways, but there's like the limited range. It's back like this.
It's giving, we lost to Deadlock, so we copied it, but they didn't work on it, and it lost them a lot of games early on in champs. I think that's a real worry here for Sentinels. You can't just copy a good comp and expect to be amazing at it. You have to put in a lot of the work as to why it works as well.
This is one of those maps where we are going to see opping from both these Jets on the defensive side, shutting that down, and for Second, once he's on that side, getting those opening picks is so crucial here. They've never played this comp before, and they're staking their year on it.
Yeah, this is do or die for both of these teams. The winner will move on to tomorrow's best of 5 lower bracket final, and the loser will be heading home one last time. You guys, Pansy and Steel, take it away.
With absolute honor, this is what it comes down to, the complete unknown. We don't know what to expect. We can theory craft, you can practice it, but you don't know until the day, until you walk on a stage like this and have to deliver. Heretics clawed back map 2. They brought it back from the brink. Sentinels took a stand on map 1. But now, what on earth do we have here on Abyss?
This series was in Sentinels' hands. Now on Abyss, this is on Heretics to lose. It's in their wheelhouse. Sentinels, they're debuting their Abyss right now for the first time. Untested, but
Blood's drawn.
Mini Boo getting the first picks, and the dark skin.
It's huge! Heretics off to a flying start here. Tens and John QT have fun.
2v5. Team Heretics looking to pick up a third pistol round in a row right now. Sentinels, you might be losing this pistol, you might be losing that next round, but it's time to dig deep. Tournament life on the line. We've already taken one EMEA team out.
Can you claim the second, though?
They ain't claiming that second.
Talked about it before, the kind of old gods of Fnatic, the newer look of the Heretics. Tens.
Opening.
We call it too early. To threat, disrespect this man. That paranoia looked absolutely gorgeous, but spikes in hand. Look at the HP though. That's what scares me. 54, 13. It's not really enough to imagine you can turn it on.
Reminiscent of that Icebox as well. So low HP. Boo accidentally getting multiple kills like on John QT through the wall. So low. Maybe, perhaps it's in the play for Sentinels, but if they cannot find a way to isolate all these players, to split them up, to find a first kill or two untraded, they don't have the health, they don't have the players, the bodies to put behind this. Team Heretics, yes, they have to go for this retake. Yes, it's going to take them 10 seconds to get to that spike to begin with, but oh man, they're healthy.
Time nahi hai, jaldi jana padega.
You talk about miracles. This would be one of them, but Tens. Strange things have happened. John QT, Clutch King himself. Steps heard, nobody dropped. Had to be clean, still has to be clean. 54 HP is all they got to work. Someone gonna keep an eye on Tens. Is someone gonna keep an eye on
Tens? ये भी आ रहेंगे भाई ये.
Someone please turn and deal with that.
Oh!
John QT has to swing.
अबे बू बहन तो तेरे को पता नहीं वहाँ पे लड़ रहे हो तुम उससे भाई.
Maybe the communication slipping, but Sentinels, they had two great maps to start the BO3. They had Haven and Icebox. They could have closed it in two. They were unleashed on Haven, getting into Heretics' grill.
Nice shots.
Any entry into the rounds. But somewhere in the early stages of Icebox, they got turned upside down. You know, off the back of Boo's heroics, Heretics, they regained their footing. They feel unkillable. They keep taking these duels. I mean, it's starting out here on Abyss as well. Early fight, 5 seconds of the round, 2 of them getting the kills. Early drone out. They want this spike plant. They want to be able to get some sort of pressure onto Team Heretics right now with these classics.
घुस गया.
भाई
इनको sound नहीं आती क्या?
And it's a problem. Oh,
second.
Shot. Second. That was so clean. It's 2v2.
Okay, Spike's still down.
But they've got a minute to play with, right? Like,
Pause in the round, and the weapons weren't recovered. Still on Classics, Tens, and Saucy, waiting for that flank to come around into play. Gonna get that spike.
Spike's back. Okay, but
भाई expect ही नहीं करेंगे, चुद गए ये.
he has no idea. They have no idea about Saucy. And if Tens can just keep them guessing or maybe make them doubt that it's this B side, back away potentially.
ओ चलो चलो बू कुछ तो भाई कर रहा है बू.
See the paranoia in Boo. Now though, he falls. The chances dwindle. Opportunities now back in Heretics.
क्या राउंड था ये भाई, इनको साउंड वाउंड नहीं आती डैश वैश की.
Sleeping at the wheel again. The classics from Sentinels are so scary, and the fact that they can get this close on 5 classics, just a drone invested on a round like this, makes me fearful for what might happen in a few rounds from now. Heretics, they can't have rounds like that. They need to wake up. Maybe the gap between the two maps iced them a little too much. They lost that form. They lost that confidence. Something's going on with the comms where they almost slipped.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit. It feels really messy.
भाई
It feels
थोड़ा
very
chill भाई,
unstable.
Heretics भाई ध्यान से.
I know. Well, I get nervous.
Okay.
Just boom,
Just Boo here to defend the site, like he's Viper on Icebox again. Drone coming out. But Ten's already
गया टेंजू. ए हक दिया.
Really uncharacteristic miss. Both teams looking a little bit
वो ले गया
shaky,
सेकंड को.
like that strain, that pressure is mounting. Counter swing from the other side though. Pressure now shown across the board.
That's good info for Zelsis. Confirms that B site's probably weak, but still down a man early. Boo.
अबे B push कर दिया बे.
He's just gonna back up, play that retake, wait for his teammates to come. This is where Team Heretics is really thriving in these moments. Benji controlling middle. He was pressured a little bit earlier from John QT, but still 5 versus 4. A couple of sheriffs for Team Heretics. Sentinels needs this round and needs it clean as well. They cannot afford to win it with only 1 alive here. Tens already aggressive on that rafters. We've seen him on Haven.
That's spotted though, seen by the Aldrone, doesn't get away with his life either. Miniboo on the swing back through, and the bonus looking deadly as Saucy has to be the linchpin in this nearly high flash. Can he work from it? Not really. Miniboo's still behind, still waiting for Saucy to check, to try and get proactive. He can only get down 1, and now the numbers so favorable towards Heretics. The problem
oh, Chotu! Chotu defusing!
Surely not. No chance in hell as Heretics convert the bonus.
This is looking scary. If you are Team Sentinels, you're looking at elimination right now. You lost pistol, you lost against the enemy's bonus, you're losing steam, you're losing your duels, you can't even... That first kill onto Boo, like how does Tens not convert that? And this is one of those things that psychologically, if you let that kill get away, and you know that that
Real Madrid की बयान क्या है भाई जर्सी?
Potentially the whole match, that's gonna sit with you, stir in your mind, and haunt you for rounds to come.
It only takes 1 round to reset.
Heretics ने खुद किया था पेपर एक्स के साथ, भूलो मत बे तुम लोग.
But Heretics look more comfortable here for now. Back in we go. Zekken just brought to his knees.
चूतिया की तरह मत घुसो bro.
Miniboo knows it all so well. Backs away. The damage is done.
भाई ऐसा भी क्या हो गया?
This was an investment from Sentinels as well. They purchased weapons here. It's a 3 versus 5. They're going to try to pivot around.
सही है रीड है जाओ.
Yes, but he's been feeling so
Mid
hot.
क्यों जा रहे हो?
So
Go
like on Icebox.
It's just 1.
Okay, here comes a little bit of a mid-walk.
Hey, he's back on Cypher.
He's back on Cypher.
He's fine.
He's back. Yeah, true. And Rand's back on Sova.
Yeah.
We're chilling. If they can win on Gecko and Killjoy, they can win on Cypher and Sova.
Yep, spot on. You see them in their stronger roles here, really. Same could be said a little for Sentinels to an extent.
क्या मैं 2 जने आ चुके हैं यहाँ पे.
See how comfortable they look. It's not an understatement to worry about this sort of map coming out this late in a series, in a map pool. It's not in the wheelhouse. Now they're struggling to stick the landing. But
Oh, Recon. Rians. Should get Rians.
But he keeps his life. John QT needs to play forward, gets noted. They keep a track on him every step of the way.
Bro, Sentinels भाई क्या चुद गए क्या मतलब खत्म हो गए क्या अभी भाई इनका मेंटल हिल गया अभी सेन वालों का दौड़े लग गए.
From Team Heretics, I'm looking at the veto, I'm looking at that first map, I'm thinking, oh, they're kind of down in the dumps,
mental hill
especially when we
चुका
go
है
to Icebox and they're looking sloppy.
Yeah, you're worried.
But then, what happened? They're revitalized. This is the Heretics that got
बढ़िया मिनी बू, let's go.
in the first place. These guys are so, when they're on point, they are so strong.
चाहिए भी था भाई.
Look at Rians on Sova, Benji on Cypher. I'll highlight it constantly because honestly, we're going to see it over and over again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Riens, I love him in this role as well. He's so impactful. And it's a pause from Sentinels. Round 5. There's enough going wrong, they don't like it. This is when we talk about what you can see in practice, picking comps that other teams run. Bring it in as a final map in a tournament life affair.
भाई बहुत चौड़े हो रहे थे Sentinels वाले मजाक करके. Tens भाई के emotions बहुत ज़्यादा निकल रहे थे Haven पे यार.
I think a lot of us thought, hey, that's front loaded. Sen got the better of Heretics early. And I think that's a really fair assessment. But that Abyss pick was always going to be so weighted in the unknown. Yeah, we know a little bit about Heretics on here. It wasn't maybe something you put super high up, but they were willing to try it out, play it a bit. Sentinels, it's the complete unknown.
The only other option
भाई Fnatic को 14 इस मैप पे Fnatic को
possible if they banned out Abyss.
ठीक है छोटी मोटी टीम नहीं है Fnatic.
They were more confident here on Abyss.
बाकी ये भी चोट के ही आई है. ये भी मार के आई है Fnatic को Sentinels.
Yeah, it happens. Heretics is a decent Vine team, but
line up Cyclop friends.
Your first time in a match like this in these stakes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So much on them.
You don't get do-overs. You don't get to get just on the fly. No. There's no VOD review, but through middle, 2 players.
I like this. This is a really nice crunch. And now Heretics have to play forward. They have to try and retake the space. They know where that paranoia's come from, or at least they should. Now they know, and now there's a surprise. Can they stick the landing? Can they hit that fatal blow? It looks like they can. Sen with an exceptionally good crunch here towards that A site. Working through middle. Zekken with a banger towards Miniboo. And now a 2v3. Still with a Bucky on 10s, but maybe you can play an angle that will work for it, sit safe somewhere. But the others have to secure some of these areas. They can't just leave it open.
They could switch weapons and Zekken can use his Blade Storm in this round, but instead 10s closes the gap, gets close. This is going to be difficult, but it's still alive. When he's alive, full confidence, anything can happen here.
Yeah, but he's met Zekken first and foremost. 10
ये लो ही है ये मर जाएगा.
He's found it. Beautiful between them.
4-1.
Zekken and 10s.
Nice.
That's a reminder. No matter the odds, no matter the map, there's always threat with Sentinels.
Mid खाली छोड़ा था क्या बिल्कुल ही.
Mastercard Thrifty, no less. Sentinels back in the game, back in the saddle. And it's always moments like that. Now, do I think it's happened at a moment in the game where you can't recover from it? No, it's still early. Team Heretics still 4-1 up, not the worst. More devastating if this would have happened at, let's say, 10-8 or something like that, where now things spiral, things get out of control. Team Heretics, they're still fine, they're chilling. They have that operator up, and they won their bonus.
Now, the operator is a big adjustment here, but they put a lot of players behind it too.
Deep line.
Very deep line.
It's going to punish any next jump spot to get info. It needs to be a drone coming out here next. Otherwise, and they scanned the jet with the knife. They should know to use a drone here and confirm that information here.
Show me the protocol list. Underhand flash. I mean, that's fine.
Okay, it forces them off, and the sneak up at B, but the trips here, Boo's positioning on this Raptor. He's so good up here, and Benji. The 1-2 duo, the 1-2 punch. But still, Sentinels just getting feelers around the map. They don't really have any space yet. Cypher cam on the defense.
This is nice. They didn't know.
Show miss भाई हाँ.
That's gutting.
Miniboo नहीं भाई. Miss करने वाला shot था नहीं.
Follow up. Can they spam him?
Looks like they could.
किया ही नहीं.
Nope.
Apparently not.
Don't have that angle. Too many boxes.
Yeah, but focusing towards Miniboo here. Deciding he's maybe, I don't want to say a weak point, but a potential victim. And the gap closing, Miniboo has no idea. Now he does! Zekkins in his face so quick. This is gorgeous from
GG.
Sentinels, sweeping the site perfectly.
Economy still okay for a buy for Team Heretics. They're going to have a go at this. It all starts with his first 2 kills at Heaven here. Rians.
Zekkins' angle's so good though. Can't quite take down Benji, but still, you're looking at a 2v4. They don't have that first step in. Very difficult to find impact here. I think Heretics might know that. Pulling the plug on this round.
When you're in a situation like this, you look to see if Sentinels overstays their welcome, makes any mistakes, presses forwards. If you find an opening, it's winnable. You try to go for it. But once Rians goes down there and you have that 2 versus 4, you're losing time, time to call it quits, go for that save. 4-2 will be the scoreline. Sentinels finding some footing. And the thing that I look for is Team Heretics. I've seen their attack set on this map. I see the highs and I see the lows. The highs are when you're able to get into certain positions, you're able to get that spike planted, play that post spam battle, you're chilling. But when I look at Team Heretics, when they have so much opportunity to just take their timings and make their hits, they fall short. So Team Heretics, I'm looking at them to get as many rounds on this half. They got the pistol, they convert the bonus. If they don't end with at least 8 rounds in this half, it's gonna be a messy second half.
It certainly could be. And with the timeout coming in, clearly, Niels, Weber decided didn't like what they've been seeing. This adjustment from Sentinels has been fantastic. I mean, the power alone of Zekken in these rounds has been off the charts. He truly can be a monster. If he gets the ball rolling, hell, if he's the instigator to this, hey, it's game on. So again, for Heretics, what's the next approach here? What's the adjustment? What's the plan? Because it felt like they had the right ideas. A couple missed shots. Operator not really finding its value, and then Sentinels striking.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not like they had a horrible setup or anything like that. It was missed shots from Miniboo. He had opportunities. He angled out a little bit wider just as the flash came, so he missed that opportunity. He backs off, misses another opportunity with another angle. He has no backup there as he gets pushed into the back of the site. You know, if he hits one of these shots on the Sova, on any of these players, different story. So I don't think Team Heretics needs to change up drastically anything too much. We're just so used to them getting those opening picks, winning these duels, because we saw that's how they started coming back on Icebox. So maybe slight adjustments to the setup is in play. We're seeing that start with the Jet Miniboo towards B. They're going to go a little bit aggro here.
This could be a really harsh call though. Sentinels, do they read this? Well, Boo might be dead. Oh my.
How?
Is Boo alive? That looks so primed for him to get punished on that.
We saw that sort of situation happen on Icebox as well. That aggression off the back of a timeout going into that B garage area. Miniboo going down there instead. But here, a reset. 5 versus 5. Not many pieces of utility spent. Still, only 30 seconds gone from the clock. That Knife's going to secure that info. They're going to get that KO ultimate off the back of this. That means Benji's trips go offline. That means 5v5 retake has to come in play unless Benji wants to go for this.
How brave you feeling, Benji? Because Zekkins feeling brave. Taking him down, but the trade is there. Rien's going to remove Zellsis. Gorgeous.
Wait, they can spam the pickup. They're going to find
Oh, pick up mat karo. Mat karo. Bhai,
and
रहने
he gets a
दो.
drone tag as well. That means he can use his Hunter's Fury. Zellsis is going to time out in a couple seconds here.
There it is. That's confirming the third, and he closes the gap. And now suddenly they're looking for more. They're trying
फंस
to
गया. Tenz फंस गया. दिखा है तुम लोगों को bro. Nice. भाई Riens क्या खेला भाई.
I
Sexy
said
भाई.
I'd bring it up again. Rien's on Sova. It's unreal.
So good.
Yes, it's part of, like, yeah, what would he
Gold
what
chain
was he
से
doing there on
eventually.
Sova? That was so good. It's his positioning. When he's on an agent like that, he's going to position himself a little bit different than he would if he's on an agent like Breach or an agent like Gecko. So he gets to be in certain fights. When he's in certain fights at certain angles and gets to shoot a certain style, he is so strong. He's so good at tapping them out. He is so good at isolating those fights. He is so good at being in that, like, retake situation. Pops that drone, lets his teammates come in close. They create a distraction. He comes in and just...
You're not Alex, bro. You are not Alex.
Frustration showing.
Cosplay कर रहा है बहन
Alex.
Honestly, if you there's nothing Sentinels
Go
can do
Heretics.
differently there. They got maybe.
Hunter पहले ही मार दिया Riens ने. Oh, okay bro. Okay, fuck off bro.
Back of the Hunter's Fury sends Sentinels firing. They're down to 3 in the first couple of seconds. You've just seen the big boss leaning on over. You don't want still here as well. Oh, good God, if this is it. If this is Heretics now starting to find that peak, quelling a Sentinel's turnaround. Those were 2 big rounds, 2 big confidence builders. If this has taken the wind out of their sails, this could be the changing point. This could be the first real nail in that coffin.
Lovely bro.
Versus 5
क्या रीड थी भाई मिड आएंगे.
Not the first time this game they've been in this situation. Trying to slow it down and see
सही
if they
में
can
क्या
work with
रीड थी
anything.
भाई.
Saw Team Heretics choose to save in a situation similar to this.
Chill, baby.
In a post plan, in a retake. But now Sentinel's looking for that first opportunity, a first kill to give them any sort of opening into the round. But with 30 seconds left on the clock and no opportunities given.
30 seconds left.
Likely a save. Maybe they tried this pivot all the way back to A. Hey, it's just Boo there. He's on his lonesome.
He's such a good anchor.
क्या बात कर रहे हो?
He's 1 star left.
I feel like if he hears this, I think, yeah, he definitely has. He can give himself
और farm कर रहा है
gravity well
सासी
for
बस.
the site. If they try to go for that plant, okay, it's done. They just want that ultimate orb, save the weapons in the next round. Sentinels, 2 to 6
Or
now.
farm
Yeah,
कर
they
रहा
are
है.
struggling. They're running out of steam and.
Oh God, Rienz. You're so
catch
close.
anyone?
Yep, that's
Yep.
another. See, this is what scares me with Heretics, because it feels like there's always a little bit more depth. We talk about it with, you know, when you have Benji on the Killjoy or Rienz off roll or whatever.
Short
They
यार.
have this just in the locker. They have this whenever they need to bring out something. Hey guys, go on, no, go on. You play on the agents you're actually nuts at. Just blow them out of the water map 3.
But we see how good Heretics is individually with taking these fights, taking these duels. And we don't see it often from them that they stray from their game plan of their identity of being this really defensive-sided, retake-heavy team. Here, they're showing that they can also
split खेल रहे हैं,
brawl,
default कर
they
रहे
can go aggressive, they can win these opening duels, and they can have these like full
दोनों जेट जंप
convergences.
स्पॉट कर रहे एक दूसरे को.
They have these in their repertoire. They don't pull it out often, only when they think they need to. And right now, they think they need to, and it's working for them.
MVP Zekken है बे.
You only have to look at the
पता नहीं कैसे पर
Fury
है.
up middle. You saw them just pacing up there as well, right behind it. That's round 1.
Right.
I mean, it's
बू के पास एस्ट्रल डिवाइड है, इनके पास ये है, क्या क्या अल्ट है, ठीक है, इनके पास 2 अल्ट.
start this round. Maybe some of the others haven't discussed
उनका अल्ट ज़्यादा
what
सही है
they
वैसे.
do.
ए की तरफ क्या है, 2 हैं, केओ का सिर्फ नाइफ है, वो पीछे खेल रहा है, तो साइट में अगर मारेगा तो वो पीछे आ सकता है. आ गया, मिनी बू भी आ गया भाई.
Drone, dart for this
players.
attack. They have a
लगने वाले
knife
हैं.
soon.
3 players on the site. Flash
तो
comes in.
टूट गई
Flash
ट्रेन
and
भाई.
Dash will wait and see the follow-up. Who's here? Rienz is waiting. And we know what can happen. Rienz
retake.
just racking on body after body.
भाई रियंस क्या हो गया?
Gorgeous to
रियंस
witness.
भाई, रियंस भाई क्या हो गया? कोई बात नहीं छोटे भाई.
Standing, still holding. And Sasi is opposing number.
रियंस भाई, रियंस took it personally बे.
Crack at it. Sasi still deserves a little bit of respect here. You got to be careful, but it's only 13 seconds. They're waiting.
रियंस भाई क्या हो गया? भाई 4 किल 4
for
किल.
him. Josh, this might be all she wrote.
This is Rienz just. Sorry.
टाइम आउट.
Rienzing
एक
these
और टाइम
guys.
आउट आ गया भाई.
Okay, that's
Sorry.
That's horrific. Yeah, timeout.
Well, you know what else is terrific?
2 rounds.
Sentinels is Abyss. This is the map they saved for map 3 here. They chose this one over Bind. And this is their debut. This is the only match rep. Every other time they've played this map has been in a practice game.
Speaking of debut, do remember, Heretics' international debut was against Sentinels. That was the heartbreak that started that loss. It's what put them down. It's what sent them on the trajectory to meet PaperX that then broke them, that sent them home after 2 games. Say about Vengeance being served relatively cold. Well, this is iced out. It's 7-2. Sentinels burning their timeouts here because they have to. They are floundering. They are out of it.
I looked at Haven. Sentinel burnt both timeouts.
Yes.
One on round 7, one on round 10, both in that first half. We're seeing it here round 5 and round 10. They won that Haven game.
They did.
This isn't over
No, it's not.
Until it's over. And Sentinels, yes, they need to burn these timeouts because when you need to make adjustments on the fly,
अब तो
when you
Riens पे skull आना
need to
चाहिए
refocus the in-game
अगर
leaders,
नहीं
when
आया तो
you
बहन
need to
चोद
refocus
बैन
the star duelists, the players that you are known for one-tapping people that are missing 10 shots in a row. When you have this, you need to dig deep. And if there's any match to dig deep on, it needs to be this.
3 more rounds up for grabs. 7-5 feels doable. The difference,
Set play.
3 rounds.
Hunter's Fury available as well.
Yeah, Boo's backing away. I think he's feeling this coming. He's actually sticking around backside. Yeah, he's absolutely still there, as is Riens. His name is going to be up in lights, you feel, throughout this
Riens!
game.
Bhai!
Another
Riens, bro!
Finally!
Finally,
The absolute
Bancho.
disaster on the site. The devastation. Sentinels
Jaldi
left
aa,
in ruins.
Benji.
But a gap found. Zekken, if he takes a gamble, if he rolls the dice, he can get some safety off this. The Aldrone only going to note 1.
That's gutsy.
Sassy.
Hey!
He fancied to go at it, but
Benji,
look at the
बहुत बढ़िया कर रहा है।
positioning of Benji as well.
ओमी कैसे मर गया?
Both players confirmed. Benji on the flank.
Benji, you're going to start it.
Benji!
Oh,
Benji!
that's it. I thought that could have been a little lifeline for them. Open up the map. Absolutely not. Benji holding Heretics up
Equal hai.
high now, 8-2. I mean, Riens and Benji, these are the deadly duos. These are the danger players. This might genuinely be it. I can normally sell you a tale of how you turn this around.
Zelsus good? छी?
Heretics held their cards close to their chest.
नहीं बेटा शांति रखा करो जो हेवन पे तुम लोगों ने बकचोदी करी है ना डिसरिस्पेक्ट लौड़ा लसन ना चोदी भाई लोगों ने तुम लोगों की
But as it stands, 8 rounds to their name in this
भाई
half.
पैसे इन पे अभी भी हैं
Sentinels being held on to.
इनका एक इको नहीं हुआ अभी
This
तक
looks like the start of
भैन
the
चोद
end.
अभी पैसे इन पे पूरे हैं सेंटिनल्स पे पता नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं अभी तो 50 300 150 हाँ अगला इको होगा
It's going to strain the rotations
round
from
है ना?
Team Heretics, maybe. Create a little bit of
क्या
pressure, a little bit of
है?
space for Sentinels to be able to break into a site here. Zekken
Riens
has
भाग नहीं
that
सकता
main
वो
point
अल्ट
contact.
मारते
He's been getting some of these opening picks as well towards that A site specifically.
A पे आ
Right
गए
now, Mini Boo and Boo. Are you guys going to get crunched on right now?
Oh, they're actually refighting. They're reclearing.
Ah, बढ़िया. Go.
I don't know if they read it, but they knew what was happening. Again, though, they
Side
might
में
trade out
लेकिन
the
वो-
space
Hunter's
here.
Fury.
Hunter.
Speak it. It happens. Plant now hindered. Ooh, easy.
एक ने सीटी पुश
All
किया है
good.
बहुत बढ़िया
They get back to work now, back to business. Sentinels won the plant, they want to fight on CT. John QT trying to give them at least a pick in their favor here. But it's
Tens le
Tens
gaya.
to take away Mini Boo. Now John QT on the swing, loses,
Tens ek
Tens
और को ले
still
गया.
stands. Maybe he's the hero that Sentinels need to give them a chance.
Sassy!
What a snap from Sassy, but still, you look at the numbers, it's
Literally.
2v2. It ain't
Flick.
over yet. Boo starts to creep in the angle, and Tens
Finally,
standing
bhai,
tall for
Tens.
Sentinels. As said, when they needed someone to step up, as Heretics face a slightly brought back to life Sen, but I mean off the back of just Tens.
Biting back, though, with a 4K. He was...
Is that enough?
Well, I mean, he had almost 30 on that first map.
Yeah.
Right now, again, a struggle. John QT and Celsius not really putting anything up on the board here. The two vocal
भाई ये
players
तो
from their
सासी
team,
ने
the
तगड़ा
team
मारा
that
ही नहीं
rallied-
मारता ना
the
तो
players
जीजी
that
था
rallied the team together, and now kind of just dragging them along. Zekken and Tens trying to do their best to be able to get enough kills to create an
फिर से ऑप
opening.
निकाल
But right
लिया
now, there's too many people from Team Heretics that are biting back hard.
Spot on.
When I look at the parallels between these two teams, they both have such clutch players as well. Look at the side of Heretics, they have Riens, Wood, and Benji. And it's like
they're hitting now.
They're hitting now. Sentinels, their entire game plan is to force these mid-rounds, these retake situations, because they have hitters too.
Okay, they know it's now in middle. Woot leaning a little closer, but it's Boo from the other side as well. Actually going to walk the cage. He wants to punish, but it's John QT to catch Riens. Better from Sentinels. Getting 2 to start with. Could at least open a chance, but Benji is alive. And look, if he ain't on the killjoy when he's on this Cypher, it's a whole different ball game. Now the map feels small. He knows that someone's in the back.
Ah!
Benji! I told you, when he's alive, there's a chance, but Tens outdoes him. And now a 4v2. Odds coming
चलो
in
ये
as well.
तो
Layers
8-4
upon layers
है यार.
that makes this nearly unlosable for
Close
Sen.
है यार.
Zekken doing well. Patient display from him. Mini Boo. Can't make the attempt. It is
बढ़िया
the finest of margins, Josh. 4 rounds.
8-4. That's the number that Team Heretics needed to get to. A pistol round will help them close out that second half. But right now, it's difficult. Sentinels, you need that pistol.
Sentinels are on the ropes. Heretics up at 8. Do not go anywhere.
This half is meant to be.
कुछ नहीं पता भाई क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा भाई ये मेरा इंडिया ब्रो व्हाट द फक कुशागर भाई क्या ये भाई मैच तो है इसको भाई भाई रियंस मार रहा है यार रियंस मार रहा है भाई सही है
8-4. On Icebox, we asked if Heretics had it in them. Did they have that
For
grit,
tens
that
क्यों नाच रहा है?
determination to draw it back from the brink? And the answer was yes. They had it.
Strats
They
निकाल
had what
लिए
it
भाई।
needed, that X factor themselves. That will to win brought them back in that game. And we ask the question now to Sentinels. With 4 rounds to your name, is there depth to you? Is there that call for blood here? They've
Let's
got to
go.
turn up, Josh. There is no where else
क्यूटी
to go
4
now.
मारा
It's
जेलसिस
win
1
or
मारा
die.
1-10 है जेलसिस भाई
Team Sentinels have these X-Factor players that can bring up these huge clutches in certain moments that get these swing rounds where they get the momentum, a tailwind. But I looked at Team Heretics. They're on the attack side now, and I've been critical about their attack sides. They've looked like they lack depth. They wait for that critical mass before they hit, and in the process, they fluff up their audibles. They miss timings. When they know exactly where they can go, where they have an opening, they completely let it go. Sentinels can use that against Team Heretics right here.
Tantalizingly close now, Josh. Big info off the rip, and Heretics just looking for a brawl.
बढ़िया
Second,
second.
though, willing to throw a couple of punches here. Quick pick, and they back away.
They're happy with that man advantage. 5 versus 4. Sentinels has been so good on the retakes as well. So Team Heretics, they're getting into that site, but they're actually going to press forward this time.
I quite like that.
We were missing this
Against the
before.
odds.
बढ़िया
Trying to get
बेंजी
proactive. It's only Benji to draw blood so
अच्छा
far.
3v4 है
They
एक
do
और को
have
ले
one
गया
on their
ये
side. You're looking at the retake with 4 players up 10. Zek and John QT and Sasi. Great paranoia, but they couldn't quite gap close in time. They come out, eyes wide open now. Sasi trying to step forward up from heaven. Is Benji. It's Rienz. It's Boo. And Zekken has to ace, or it's done for.
एक गोली एक body shot एक body shot
Play to the left, play to the right, but the time's against Zekken. He's got to go on this one. 50 HP on Boo, and Zekken is trying to find him, and Boo goes around and around. He waits. The fuse on the half. Boo needs to check. Here's Zekken! But the time is so damn. He got it! He saves Sentinels!
यार एक बात बताओ नहीं टाइम नहीं है इतना
One
उसको
jump spot for
करना
Boo
पड़ेगा
could
यार
have been
हाँ
the difference maker of Heretics.
समझ रहे
being
हो
9
उसको
to
हाफ
4
करना
off.
पड़ेगा
But
भाई तो
instead,
प्लीज बेंचो पहले
Zekken,
टैप पे क्यों
the
पीक नहीं
ace
ले रहे हैं
with
यार
the Sheriff on pistol. 1.8 seconds left.
Not many can answer a call like that. To be demanded to kill all 5. He can.
समझ रहे हो मतलब मैं क्या कहना चाह रहा हूँ समझ रहे हो इसके बाद टाइम नहीं था इतना ठीक है भाई उसको हाफ करना ही पड़ता तो बू भाई पीक ले लेता ना जब उसने पहले टैप पे ही वो किया लेनी थी वे पीक
The rounds on some of these attack hits. The rest of the team not following up here. He does it all by himself.
10 swinging off the flash.
Nice little play here.
Steps there.
समझ नहीं आता यार
I think he did.
Feels like
But again, Sentinels love these little mini plays.
And he might get punished on this. You're banking on some support coming in from Zelsis. He still has his TP, so he could potentially opt for that, but he fancies his
पहुंच
odds.
ले गया ये मैच
It's the Sheriff on Boo that should draw your eyes. But that's about it. The rest on Classics. Tens, careful, easy.
Wait, the Classics
has gone down. I mean, Zellsis hasn't been having a great map here. He's been struggling.
The gap. Saucy knows. He knows.
Yeah, he absolutely does. Nice from Saucy.
He was waiting for that.
यार ये close आएगा, लौड़े लग जाएंगे इनके.
This is where they fall apart in these like mid-round situations. Right there, perfect opportunity to run down tens, create that pressure, get Benji that gap, but instead they overcook it. Coming back towards B, it is just John QT here. He's gonna have a fast rotate from Zekken with that outlaw, but still.
30 seconds left.
He needs to be able to get a couple and live. Guardian.
Could get overwhelmed. It's pretty actually scary for him here. Luckily, Zekken made it in time. He's able to play his life incredibly well. With 15 seconds, suddenly the options are removed for Heretics here. Food trying to do something with that Sheriff, but you don't get that against Zekken. He already showed you what he can do. A beautiful moment for Sen to find stability.
Sentinels has the team built with all these players that have this individual IQ, that in these mid-round situations, that's where they really get to excel, show their identity as players, and they know exactly what they need to do to set each other up across the map.
Oh, you guys are so good. You're playing for
it. This should be easy for them. But instead, Boo, he's shifting off towards B. Benji's making his way to try to get a flank on A. The rest of the team cuts noise, goes quiet. They have Classics. They need to know who's supposed to make noise, create the opportunity for the other. And here, Sentinels, bonus round, going down middle, really aggressive here. Benji, he places a triplet. Two players that can bypass this, a teleport or an updraft. Here comes the plant. So Tens gets in the back line.
Spike planted. Looking at if Boo ever turns. Does he ever consider it? As it stands, no. I think Zekken's a little worried he might hit the head on the top and break it, so he's giving Tens a moment to work, and that's what he does with it. Takes away the back line, and suddenly it's game on. They're surrounded. 4 players on the site for Heretics.
GG हो गया.
And now they're going to start feeling constricted.
GG हो गया.
Hand around the throat here, but they fight back. Take a little space. Don't go too far. Rien's Benji and Woot though, but Zekken breaking in now. Can't get a follow-up, can't get consecutive kills.
What?
And Woot digging in his heels.
ये कैसे निकाल दिया?
Tens.
अबे टेंजी है. कैसे
got
निकाल दिया ये?
Rien's striking. Picking back up for Heretics now, as it's 9.
Just the bonus round for Sentinels. They made it a little bit costly. Cool idea. Bob that timing on that flank on Boo. I thought right there, things are going to fall out of hand. It's going to start slipping for Heretics. It happened on that pistol round in Haven, for example.
Oh, shot.
But what we're actually seeing different from Team Heretics this time is they're playing up in the faces. They're blocking them at the choke point, not allowing Sentinels to get that space onto the site. Very different approach to playing these post plants from these guys.
Yeah, because we saw them kind of falter in that situation.
Yes.
Before, where they wouldn't play deep, they wouldn't try and pry them out. Hold on, is this a pace change? It certainly looks like it. I'm seeing Zekken taking the fight if he can. Smoke goes in, we got a brawl, looking a little like a death match, but you don't want to take on Rien's right now. You saw what he did before, and he might just do it again.
What?
Heretics dropping bodies.
एक और है, इनको पता है ना, एक और है. पता है ना इनको?
Nightmare. 1 to 13 ain't the scoreline. You want to be trying to hold the line on, leaving just John QT. You try to take a fight, you try to be confident, and you just get crushed.
That might have been a really bad call from Sentinels there. I look to their economy. Zellsis on 0, Tens and Saucy combined 14, 15. Like, they're not in a position right now to be able to afford another buy. So doing an all-in risky play like this, getting punished in this fashion, means that it's going to be so much harder to get back in the game. You're going to feed that 10th round to Team Heretics. Your economy's not good enough to stabilize. Yeah. It's going to be an 11th round after that, and suddenly you're looking at elimination. These are not the rounds where you can take these risks. You need to build it back a little bit.
Did they burn both timeouts in the first half?
Yes, they did.
So what do they have to bank on? What do they have left here?
Use this 30 seconds while this guy's saving to be able to talk about something. Because realistically, Sentinels, we haven't seen their defense yet. So maybe they're trying to catch Team Heretics off guard with this, a really aggressive play. But if it backfires, what you did, what's the recourse? Is that the beginning of the end for Team Sentinels? Is that they're undoing a very high-risk play?
Some other teams that could shake them to their core. That could
जो
be
इतना फोर्स करते हैं भाई पैसे
a
तभी भी
step
खड़े
in the
के
wrong
खड़े रहते
direction here,
हैं
but a
भाई
buy still to be had. It's not good though. I'm seeing Stingers, I'm seeing Bulldogs, I'm seeing Guardians, I'm seeing Light Shields, I'm seeing Sentinels falling.
Hey, if there's a team that can make this
Root,
round work,
Root.
Sentinels is towards the top of that list.
And
that's the start.
Benji's gone down, that's tens. We said before when they needed a
Ah,
hero,
lovely,
but Miniboo's already found him. Sassy on the trade, but the site now looking to be slowly waving the flag. Sassy is so hungry for more. Boo almost giving up his life for it, but they can't find comfortable post plants. You're still going to see Miniboo on the side. Boo tucked down below, doesn't get pried out, but they've got to know he's there. Zellsis trying to set this forward. When does Sassy go? The timing is everything. Miniboo takes away John QT. It's Wu on the follow-up. 2v2 now. Zellsis, Sassy, and Miniboo in the
ओए
way.
1 HP Celsius 1 HP
Takes
Let's go
step closer.
Let's go bro
They can feel it now.
Team
तोड़ दिया क्या कुछ साले
taking turns, every player. Whose 4K is it next? We've already seen Woot with one, Rienz with one, Miniboo now with one, Benji with one. Like, everyone contributing. They all want this. They're sitting at 11-6. Sentinels, they're
यही को है यही को है इनके पास पैसा है ही नहीं
Yeah, the coaches are feeling, everyone's feeling good about this.
They're so close.
11 हो गए बहन चोद अभी भी पैसे कैसे हैं इन पे ब्रो
Momentum themselves. They start feeling untouchable. Can Sentinels bring them back down to
50 बचते हैं बहन चोद तभी भी यार fuck off भाई ये चूतियाप है मैं नहीं जानता भाई इस चीज को legit
Miniboo, Woot, stride in. Zekken still desperate to try and fight. He's putting up numbers.
क्यों ओ चूत
With a follow-up, finally. Taking away
Please,
two
you
of the
can't do
big
that,
hitters.
bro.
Miniboo gone
Please.
now. Woot removed as well. Plant is in though. If there's Benji, if there's Rienz,
there's a chance.
Pay them respect. You pay them mind, because they do that. They've already taken away Zekken. They don't respect you right now. They're going to make this hurt.
वो sexy 3v3 एक ले जाता है यार ज़्यादा नहीं चाहिए था बस एक ही चाहिए था
Rienz waiting, evades the flash. You can set Boo into motion here. The hat's going to come down, but they've no idea. Rienz could be the end of them. He could be the
एक HP है यार
12. Tens is down so low. He's on 5 HP.
आ क्यों ब्रो 1 HP था वो
He has to let him die.
Hell, Tens, 5 HP is the difference there. Anyone else? You might have called it quits on that, but Heretics stopped at 11, and Sentinels start on 7.
That KO ultimate, the pulse, meant that Rienz couldn't bounce a shock dart onto that spike. And because of that, he moves closer to get a jump spot to get that info. But as soon as Tens tapped that spike, he moves out, angles out wide to punish that jump spot, gets that kill, keeps Sentinels alive.
How much have we asked of Tens in this game? Zekken's been absolutely popping off, don't get me wrong. The pistol round, you got to remember that he is at the top of the board. But Clutch, impact alone is in the hands of Tens. So many rounds off his back, but Heretics as a team, as a collective, as 5 have taken this map by storm. It's 11-7. We're starting to heat up here a touch. Heretics looking to slow things down.
It was a big tempo change to go fast on that last round. They lose. They know, hey, we can keep these guys on the ropes. Let's chill out, slower roll a little bit. I love the little plays that Sentinels have. The little plays just to get a pop flash, peek, get a kill, reposition, try to re-clear somewhere else together, reposition against once they have that space.
TP over towards A lobby then. Not sure if it saw both or one. I'm not certain.
This is a big flank timing on it. A right now from Benji. He needs his team right now to create some sort of pressure. It gives him an opening. He still has to pick this door, but if his team...
Oh my god!
ले गया
In the dark,
चूती को ले गया
Rienz.
पर फेक सेल हुआ नहीं है भाई
Still, the team needs to
Are they going towards
make the pressure out A main. Once they get spotted, then
भाई
Benji
फेक
from
सेल
the
नहीं हुआ
sidelines while all the chaos is happening. But Saucy,
More than a thorn in the side.
he has a read.
But Saucy is feeling this. It's correct. It's absolutely correct. The paranoia just got posted towards main, trying to offset the tempo.
ओ ले गया बेंजी एक को तीनों है बढ़िया यार मेरी lovely bro lovely dude
By step, move closer towards 12. As Zekken is nowhere near to this.
Save
He
करेगा.
might have to bow out and give them
Wow.
12 here.
बढ़िया भाई, बहुत
And there's
बढ़िया,
something
बहुत
so
बढ़िया भाई.
devastating about knowing what's about to happen.
I want
and being
this shit out of the
unable to
tournament.
stop it.
Zekin, it's so important for him to keep this Vandal,
He
not
has
to get
to.
hunted down. If he can stay alive, he can drop another Vandal to his teammates. Their drive for cash. 0 credits on 3 of the players. This Vandal, it's the only saving grace for Sentinels right now. Otherwise, they're packing up and going home. Team Heretics knows this. They're on the hunt. They don't want Zekin to get away with this weapon. They have the economy. They can go and try to take this. But also, it's the mental aspect. Hunting down that last player, getting that kill, the psychological effect on it. Rien's. Okay.
Nice.
The only agent you can really do that on.
I mean, it's what they need though, and you've got to look at the buy they're coming in with here, Josh. What do they have?
So he buys a Vandal, he drops that over. He had all of his abilities, he kept his shields. So that means tens. The 2 players on the team that are basically getting kills. I mean, Zekin's got more kills than the rest of the team combined almost.
Yeah.
Tens has, you know, as many kills as the other 3 as well.
Feel it in the atmosphere in here.
ये पे कितने हैं? 2 ही जने हैं, 2 mid है, ठीक है.
And so it begins. Zekin, we ask a lot of you now. Same with Tens. For Sentinels to live for another round.
मर गया बेंजी. हाँ, पता था. लूटने को रहती, बढ़िया.
All on his shoulders.
भाई ये मार दो ना इसको.
He's still fighting. He will give everything he can for his side.
यार सासी है बैंचो जीत जाओगे. Come on, push कर दो ना ये साइड पे. वो तेरे को तुम लोगों को पता है बैंचो पीछे है. उसको छोड़ो भाई. सासी आ रहा है बैंचो. यार ये थ्रो हो गया भाई.
Boo might know what's going on. Sasi, he's got himself a rifle. He can back away. Now, the space is getting filled here. You're looking at where Zekin's going, where he's parking.
Yeah, it's just boost noted though. But here, Zekin moving around. He's not ready to go home yet. He wants this.
Yeah, but who gets the timing? Zekin waiting.
भाई जाओ ना ये push करो bro. What the fuck are you doing भाई?
Double checking now. They're still gonna know. Zekin, are you the man to step up?
नहीं बे, तुम क्या कर रहे हो भाई? क्या कर रहे हो?
Once again, we ask, can the man become the monster that he did before? And they're around the corner. They have no idea.
30 seconds left.
Saucy's still in a very defensive position. He might be aware of this.
Traditionally, you might ask
send
players
them
to pull
home,
together,
send
stick
this
with
shit.
similar situations. But has Zekin read this right?
Look at that ping, where that spike needs to get
देख
planted.
इनको
where they
पता
can
है वो
actually
main होगा
protect
बैंचो.
the spike carrier.
इसलिए
Zekin
सीट प्लांट
knows
दिया,
it's
बहुत
gonna
बढ़िया
be-
प्लांट दिया,
He's gonna
बहुत
come
सही.
in. He's not gonna be able to deny this.
Lovely.
But he has space and timing right now.
Sasi has to navigate and try and avoid the likes of
सासी
Boom
के पास
potentially
gun है क्या?
lingering,
हाँ, ले ली
lurking
भाई, सासी
around.
ने gun.
He's trying to draw them in, give them a chance, give them an idea, a concept. And again, a wayward shot keeps his life alive. Zekin now stepping towards the site, taking another couple of strides too in this round. We asked so much of him. He answered before. No!
यार Zekin बैंड चूत.
2 more to find, and they're so low. Oh my God! From the absolute conscious
Trash भाई.
death. How can we do this?
Oh! Whiff किया दिया भाई right. Fuck.
Send City to the ground.
Unbelievable. I knew it was possible on Abyss for Team Heretics to do it, but in style
Oh,
like
bhai.
this, Zekin tried dragging his team to the finish
और
line.
यार तो no
26
disrespect.
kills
Don't give
in the
them
end of the
respect.
game there,
Hard
and
again,
almost a
defend
2 versus
Cheat.
5 almost.
You
To
can't
keep
say,
them alive.
You can't say he didn't try.
You can't.
He tried so goddamn hard.
That random crouch
Where
at
the
the end,
patches,
the
little
knives, the
kitty.
daggers, missing one, just one needed to connect to keep them in the game. And Sentinels tried so well, so hard.
कितने मारे बे?
But Heretics showing a side of them, a resilience we haven't seen.
I
कितने
have
मारे
to
Zenfis
say,
ने?
to the team on the screen, the Sentinels, people said they were done, they were overrated, that they didn't deserve it. People can say nothing
Rien's
now.
one.
They put up an
MVP Rien's है.
exceptional performance. From start to end in
Rien's
this
55
tournament,
मारे.
they should have their heads held high.
4,
But on
7,
the other side,
6
Heretics
ये देखो.
suffered defeat
ये
at
देखो
their
ये.
hands, sending them on that
घर पे जाओ,
downward
बैठ जाओ घर
trajectory
पे.
before. Now, they stand tall with another chance to make it all the way to the end.
As they bow on the stage there, a little clap and a wave, they look happy, elated about how they did it, not that they did it.
It doesn't even look like it's sunk in with them yet. that sheer adrenaline still running the highs and lows of competition. I mean, you saw what it means to Heretics, a young side. They stand so proudly on that stage after an exceptional performance. I mean, even we doubted the veto, I think rightly so. And they proved us wrong, they proved many wrong. Riens, jeez, Josh, I mean, at the end of that map, that final map there, Riens absolutely thrived.
Heretics, they are known for some of their playstyles.
Chalo bhai,
Sentinels,
chatakne bhai.
they rely on these big swing moments from these clutch X-Factor players.
Yeah.
The only clutch X-Factor players that I saw on the
Chalo
server
bhai.
today,
Bye.
outside of Zekin and Tens in some moments, it was Heretics.